my goodness.
Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to our very first episode.
It's our watch party.
Going in watch party. Today we're going to watch Vengeance 2001. I forget, I think you came up with the idea to do this. Sort of a commentary track.
Yeah, kind of.
We have such a good time doing these during live pay-per-views. The idea
Why not
was
extend the same idea to old pay-per-views?
To old pay-per-views. So we have not started it yet.
No.
We'll let you guys know.
We have it ready. We're on the Vengeance 2001 screen. All I got to do is hit watch now.
So get to the screen where it says watch now, and we'll launch right into this.
Yeah, we'll give everybody a few minutes, though.
A lot of people here we're enjoying this. Of course, it's a watch party. It's not just you and me here. Well, physically, yes.
Yes.
But in the digital realm,
no.
We have 83 people right now watching along.
Cool.
So that's fun. And everybody I noticed in the chat are giving off are letting people know how old they were.
Yeah, and
in
as
2001,
a result, making me feel very old.
Right.
I don't think 4, 5. 10.
I don't think anybody in the chat so far has said that they were older than us.
24. That's how old I was. 24.
And of course, that would have made me 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 2000. What were you up to in 2001? Where were you working?
Well, we had just graduated from college. Well, we had walked the previous June, so
Yeah.
I was working at a TV production house in Burbank. I was kind of a production assistant. They did a lot of entertainment news, like on Stars and HBO overseas and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I was spending a lot of time transcribing junket interviews.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, they let me cover some of these events. I went to a couple of movie premieres, interviewed actors and actresses, directors and producers on the red carpet, went to a couple junkets. Got to interview Robert Altman. That was cool.
That's cool.
Probably around this time.
That's really neat.
So that's what I was up to.
I lived in Hollywood.
I was still living up in the valley.
Hollywood proper. Like it was the very first place I got on my own. And like our friend Evald lived down the way from us. That was a lot of fun. Those were fun times. But I think at this time I worked at the bank.
Yeah. Because
I decided I wanted to get into comics, and I found a desk job which would allow me to sit there and draw while I did my job.
Yeah.
And actually, it was actually very effective. I was very effective at doing that, but unfortunately, my advice to anybody looking to get into like a career, whatever career it is, just get in on the ground floor somewhere.
Yeah. That's what I tried to do, being a PA at a production place. And now I do YouTube.
Yeah. I tried to like sort of be my own. I tried to like, do my own thing on the side.
Yeah.
And man, it just got me stuck in a bank job for 6 years.
Yeah. You never worked like a real production job, right?
No. I remember one time, I always think back to this, Evald actually, he was working at a place, and they brought me in because he had said Steve dabbles in After Effects, which I did, but dabble is the key.
Yeah.
And so this guy brought me in for like a day. It was like half a day. And he asked if I could do like 3D stuff, and he sat me down in front of a computer. I had no idea what I was doing. He wanted me to do like this Indiana Jones type map thing, but like a 3D one where you go into it and it's all in depth.
Yeah.
I sat there for like 6 hours. Like they brought me in at one point to help out with some Photoshop stuff. Yeah. I didn't get paid for that day. Nobody ever called me back. That was the extent of my production experience.
Wow.
And then years later, I started working at Machinima. Anyways, I think everybody should be ready to go.
Yeah. So
we're going to hit watch now.
This Vengeance 2001 went down December 9th, 2001. If you haven't, check out the Something to Wrestle With podcast about this pay-per-view. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
And you'll know why Triple H is on the poster and all the advertising for the show, but isn't on the actual card.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that, too, in our Going In Rawview.
Yes, because we both listened to that podcast.
Essentially, they just figured that he'd be there.
Yeah, I know.
And then he wasn't.
Time. So anyways, he's all looking forlorn. I'm looking at him right now.
That's that should be like a picture of him backstage, like a gorilla position.
I know.
But my quad still hurts.
I know. Dad's not letting me wrestle tonight.
Dad's not letting me wrestle. Anyways, you want to do a countdown on this?
All right, we're going to hit watch now on the WWE Network. Count it down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit watch now. There we go. Loading up.
Here we go.
Now we have the following program is presented in its original form.
Yeah.
We know all that. It's it's the Benoit screen. That's what that is. These people are fictitious. We are not responsible for what they do outside
in real
of
life.
this. Yeah. So yeah, nobody was older than we were.
No.
The oldest was
Greg Morris is 20.
20 years old. See, this is so much cooler.
Oh, I know. The
than
attitude
the then now forever
bumper
thing
was great. All right, here we go. The show package is opening.
This is kind of an oddball. So I watched this earlier, like last week.
Yeah, I heard it's got Freddie Blassie.
It's got Freddie Blassie in it. What is this piece of music?
It's from the
Do you know the
Nutcracker.
actual name?
Yeah.
Oh, it's from the okay.
Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Is that Bad Luck Ballet? There's a weird little kid sitting there. So it's made to look like old-timey silent film type thing.
And it said it was directed by Freddie Fellini, of course. A shout-out to the famed Italian director Federico Fellini, director of 8½, La Strada, and other classic films.
Kind of a highbrow opening here.
Yeah, it is.
It's
especially
like
the reference to Fellini.
Yeah. Right. There's Bruno.
There's the
Superstar.
Graham,
Yeah.
Backlund, Iron Sheik, Flair.
I like this because they're doing the whole tie-in between.
Yeah. I mean, because this is the show that the first undisputed champion
unified
in wrestling history. Oh, Nash,
the two,
Luger,
the two biggest belts
in wrestling history.
merged
into one.
Yeah,
kind of.
The WWF title and the NWA WCW title. Yeah, this is a really bizarre opening sequence here.
I mean, hats off to them for trying something different.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to get a lot of new metal during this show.
Oh, okay.
And so Drowning Pool is a favorite of theirs.
Oh, dear.
So, I appreciate that they're giving us some real culture here.
Yeah, no, I know.
In the opening
some
package.
Experimental film packages to open a show. They love their narrow fonts back then, too.
Yeah, that's true. We have a couple of super chats here while this thing
thing
opens up. And Blassie does his look at that. That is actually some really good imagery.
It's pretty good.
Tony Pizza Guy.
Hey, Tony.
He says, "Hey, friendos."
Hi, Tony.
I'm gonna bug him. I'm gonna bug Pulse to collaborate in 2019.
Yes.
Jeffrey Nguyen.
And we gotta get Dan back on the show.
He says yes. He says at work gonna be listening for entertainment. Rich Hardesty. He says with this will the show be in the network rankings? Probably. Hopefully. I hope so. That's a good goal. Look at that crowd. Look at all the signs.
I know, man.
Look at how excited. This was considered a down period for them at the time. Like, at the time, 2001 was a really bad year comparatively for the WWF.
Yeah, I mean, that's after Stone Cold's heel turn, so everything went south.
Everything went south. The invasion angle was a massive botch. They looked to be really trying to get away from it. And the way to do it was because they weren't. So originally they were gonna make WCW legitimately its own brand.
Yeah, second brand. Yeah.
And it's funny reading some of those old newsletters from back then is pretty interesting. In that the plans were in place, and then when you look at like sort of their plans for it, man, like at one point WCW is going to air at like 1 a.m. on like the Nashville network or whatever this was.
Yeah, how they expect that to succeed?
It was going to be a failure regardless.
They weren't helped by the fact that they didn't get really any of the major WCW superstars for the invasion angle.
Yeah. Nathaniel Washburn took an official senior skip day today. I was 6 months old when this took place.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. We're so old. So this is also hot off the heels of the Kiss My Ass Club. Kiss My Butt Club. Well, I broke the seal. Ass is out there. Ass is in the Bible. You can say it.
Well, I think it's in the Bible in reference to a donkey.
Yeah.
Not someone's posterior.
Well, then YouTube doesn't know the difference.
I don't know, man. Their bots are pretty smart. They could probably.
Why is this crowd booing McMahon?
Because he's a heel, man.
No, man, he's the greatest.
They were upset with the creative direction of the company. Yet when he came out, they cheered him anyways.
That is a very clever sign. The guy drew a face going into a butt.
Oh, butt.
Because this is after the McMahon went into Rikishi's butt.
Yeah. They're wanting them now.
Oh yeah, the fresh what chance?
Yep. This is when what was just a thing.
Yeah, well, it was just a thing, and it just kept on being a thing, and it didn't stop being a thing.
And almost 20 years later, it's still a thing.
Look at how vibrant Vince looks.
Oh, I know.
It's so weird to contrast him from.
Oh, now he looks so old and tired.
How old was Vince at the time?
This is probably he's in his mid-50s here, I guess.
Yeah.
56, I think.
Yeah.
Did Meltzer go in depth as far as the Kiss My Butt Club storyline as much as Pritchard and Conrad did in the podcast?
So it wouldn't surprise me if he did after the Raws that I didn't actually see. I didn't see. He was probably
Something tells me Meltzer wouldn't be all that concerned with a club which consisted of someone kissing Mr. McMahon's butt.
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not sure if he would find that funny or not. The thing that I love the most is that the one person who apparently found it hilarious was Regal.
Yeah, I know.
That's what
great.
They said on the Pritchard show.
Yeah.
That Regal, and Bruce Pritchard said, yeah, everybody said there's no way I'd do that until they did.
Yeah.
They just show up to work. You're going to join the club today. No conversations about it.
Yeah, I know.
Vince had to have loved it.
Oh, yeah. He probably thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
I mean, he comes out. This is like the unification of the two titles. And the first 10 minutes so far is talking about the Kiss My Ass Club.
Yeah.
And what happened to him and Rikishi. Because, man, his head went deep in it.
Yeah,
I mean, that is one thing you have to appreciate about Vince McMahon.
Well, as they said in Pritchard, is like he did it for no other reason, I guess, to say, hey, I have you guys do all this stuff, but it's only because I would do it too.
And he does it 10 times worse. Because it's one thing to, like, put your lips on somebody's butt cheek. That's just meat. You know, and Vince keeps his fairly well groomed.
Seems that way, yeah.
But Rikishi, how hard do you think Rikishi scrubbed his?
I don't know.
Inside his cheek, he had to have gone overboard on scrubbing inside there.
Yeah, I would think so.
Because you don't want Vince coming back saying, "Man, learn how to wipe or something," you know. Yeah, here, cue Flair's music. Flair's about done with it. So Flair was...
he was brought in, and he bought out Shane and Stephanie, storyline-wise.
So sync check. We don't have a time check because there's no way that you can't... we would have to, I think, pause it.
Yeah.
In order to... At some point, if we continue to do these, which I think I'd like to, it'd be nice if we had a little ticker at the bottom that said where we were. Yeah. But Flair is talking on the mic right now. He just said woo.
Woo, he wooed.
We've seen the last of you tonight. It's funny, dude, when you look at Flair, everything when it got to the WWF just looked cooler.
Yeah.
Look what he's wearing right now.
I know. He's got
a black turtleneck.
A mock turtleneck, a black leather blazer.
And black pants.
Yeah.
He just looks cooler than he ever did in WC, or at least towards the end of WCW.
Yeah.
Well, he just looks cooler.
They try to humiliate him at every turn in WCW towards the end.
Yeah, but even remember Jericho, who already looked cool in WCW. He comes over to WWF. They give him black leather pants and that sparkly shirt. He just looked cool as heck. Everything just looked cooler in WWF back then.
Was Prince Albert going by Prince Albert in this match? I don't remember.
I have notes.
No, they just said Albert. Just
I have
Albert.
Notes.
Yeah, you've already watched this. I haven't yet.
Yeah, I actually took pretty extensive notes. If I can find them,
I'll take notes
probably
too.
My thing. Yeah, I didn't take Larson style notes. I took Steve notes.
So you took notes of detail, not of events.
I took notes of stuff that would make me laugh.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Basically. Where is?
So was Brian Christopher hurt at this time, or was he no longer employed by WWF?
Good question. I know. It's yeah, so here's how it went down. Scotty 2 Hotty and Albert at this point were called the Zoo Crew. What happened was in 2001, Too Cool disbanded when Scotty, in storyline, was sidelined with a broken ankle caused by Kurt Angle.
Oh.
He actually needed time off for neck surgery.
Oh.
That same year, Grandmaster Sexay was released from the WWF after he was detained while attempting to cross the border from Canada to U.S. with illegal drugs in his possession. This is from Wikipedia. After Scotty 2 Hotty came back, he formed a tag team with Albert called the Zoo Crew. It lasted until mid-2002. So
This
it
has
lasted
6 more months on it.
Exactly, yeah. Christian was European champion here.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to the Pritchard Show, Christian had heat on him here for
Not cutting his hair.
not cutting his hair.
I like that bit in the podcast where they were talking about that and saying that Christian disputed their timeline on Edge and Christian.
Yeah, yeah. In any event, I always thought when Christian cut his hair, he looked so pedestrian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
And short hair.
He's a handsome dude.
Short hair really suits him in like the outside world. He never looked like a wrestler with short hair.
Yeah,
I always just felt like he looked.
I mean, like his build, he's slender.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And he had the long hair, and it upped his cool factor.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And cut the hair.
And he looks like an HR guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looked cool here, though. What do you think of the mesh shirt?
Not into it.
Very few people can pull off the mesh shirt.
But I remember that being pretty popular back then.
A bunch of people used to wear the mesh shirt.
Yeah.
Not everybody can pull it off.
No, certainly not me.
Maybe next year for Halloween I'll go as Christian.
There you go.
Vengeance.
I can't place those kicks that Scotty 2 Hotty is wearing.
Oh, yeah, this is going to test your historical knowledge
really
here,
is.
I guess.
It's like some sort of green patent leather shoes. Can't place them.
So Test tags in Edge. Try to give you guys
No, Christian.
Sorry, Christian. Couple of potatoes to Scotty 2 Hotty. Body slam. Stomps.
More stomp. Sky 2 Hotty holding on to those reversals.
Oh, look at the ref.
Oh, it's Teddy Long.
Teddy Long. Playa.
That's cool.
Playa. Look at that.
Tim Spulak here in chat asks, why does it look so foggy? Because they had pyro back then.
Because it was cool back then. Because everything was cooler back then. Fog makes everything cooler,
it
too.
It does. Atmosphere.
These days, it's just way too sanitary.
It would take half the show for the arena to clear out from all the smoke from the pyro.
Yeah, man.
I remember those days.
Yeah, it was awesome.
How many shows did you go to, say, from 98 to 2001, WWF shows?
Oh, man, I don't know. A small handful.
So I had one in Raw. I went to WrestleMania 2000. Went to another show. 4? I want to say 4.
I would say I probably went to 3.
Maybe
I went
5.
to, like, including WCW?
No, that's WWE.
Just WWE. I probably went to 2 Raws.
Okay. So we went to one in Anaheim.
Did I go to you?
Yeah. We all met at your...
You know better than I do.
We all met up at your dorm room. We played some Attitude or Warzone, where that awful game was called. Got fed up, and then we all drove down to Anaheim together. And then I think me, Hilton, and Big Jeff went to a SmackDown in Anaheim. I think it was a SmackDown. We sat on the floor by the stage.
Yeah.
Because I remember the pyro was super loud.
Yeah.
And then went to WrestleMania 2000. So that's 3 at least. And I went to the Raw in Davis in 98. So that's 4. I think 4. Did you go to the WCW house show at Arco, the old Arco? Well, not the old Arco. Arco.
That sounds like it might be familiar.
Where my dad hooked us up with tickets in his company's box. And the main event was Goldberg versus Kurt Hennig. And he came out with a Sacramento Surge hat and trashed it.
No.
Okay.
The only thing I remember from getting tickets from your dad was that Kings game we went to.
Oh, we was at courtside, yeah.
And yeah, that was amazing. But I don't know. That kind of sounds familiar now that I think about it. So maybe I did go.
It was during the Wolfpack era of WCW.
My memory is just absolutely
Some guy got a
crap.
Wolfpack shirt there.
Jeffrey Nguyen says, I couldn't see the first few minutes of the 40-man Rumble pay-per-view because of all the pyro fog when I went.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. That's how you do it.
Yeah, man.
That's the best right there.
Ooh, a swing from Albert. Ooh.
Kick out.
Two count. They used to just put together random tag teams all the time back then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, they had, I'm going to go back to my notes because I actually wrote down a bunch of stuff. Okay, take a guess. According to Wrestling Observer Newsletter, how many performers did the WWE have under contract at this time?
38.
Higher.
45.
You're not even close.
72.
You're not even close.
125.
165.
Oh, my gosh. How come?
I have no idea how that's even possible.
How come only 50 of them are ever on TV?
I don't know. I have no idea how that's even possible. I mean, I'm assuming under contract they also mean developmental.
Yeah, I would guess so. Because back in these days, OVW was
It was OVW, yeah. I got a question from Nate Ryan here. How was Alabama's Christmas show yesterday? So she didn't cry.
That's good.
She did stand there and scratch her face, though.
Okay, but no actual performance.
She had told her, so like during practice, apparently she's really good.
Oh, here comes the worm.
But she had told her teacher partway through the day that she was getting cold feet. Apparently she used the term cold feet, too. I don't know who she learned that from. There it is. There's the worm and the, yep. Look at Tess trying to sell that crap. What a dumb move. The Unprettier is one of my least favorite finishers of all time. I hate that move so much. Oh, and Tess pins the European champion.
No, that was Albert, man.
Albert pins. Gee whiz. I'm telling you, man, I'm losing it. Albert got the pin on the European champion.
It's been a good ride while it lasted.
Christian.
Jeffrey Nguyen said, met Albert in the 90s at airport. Pleasant man. He seems like a good dude. Just based on what I've seen of
I met him at the Performance Center.
Performance Center stuff.
I didn't literally meet him. He was just sort of there, and he talked to a whole group of us. Flair at one point was talking with the XWF.
Oh, dear.
And they had reached an agreement, but then they never came with any money. Like they never formalized it.
Who was behind the XWF?
Jimmy Hart.
But who was the money behind it?
I don't know.
All right,
Jimmy Hart and some people with money.
Oh, we got a Regal interview.
Here's a Regal. I think this is after his stint as general manager.
Yes.
Questionable.
Regal's great. He still is great. Wow. That's good stuff.
Isn't that like just a brilliant promo? Silly Pillock.
You think you know me.
People like you disgust me. Americans. Oh, God, that was good. Regal's
so
the best.
He's so good.
Does anybody, do you think in the history of wrestling?
Hold on.
What?
I don't remember this song. The Sinister Urge by Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
I mean, all the songs sound the same. But
they
still.
do. They really do.
I remember his original thing, you think you know me. Scans the crowd.
Yeah.
And then, on this day,
yeah,
I see clear. But I remember this.
No, I kind of remember this. At first, I didn't. I was like, wait, what is this? But then Rob Zombie popped up. I was like, oh, I kind of remember Rob Zombie having this theme here. Edge, you know why I think I originally had sort of a thing against Edge?
Why is that?
And it carried over until we started doing this show and I started appreciating him a lot more.
Why is that?
He looks like the coolest creative character ever.
Yeah.
That's just how he was made.
Yeah.
He's just a real, but like beyond that, I never saw anything. And then I really started going back and look at it like, I mean, I knew about the live sex show and everything.
Yeah, but all the other neat things he did.
Yeah, he did so many neat things.
He did a lot of neat things.
Anybody have more fun in wrestling than William Regal?
Oh, I don't know.
It's hard to find anybody, I think. He seems like he just had the most fun. And everybody seemed to really like him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He seemed like he was cool to do whatever needed to be done to get heat and push the angle forward. I mean, he seemed maybe not exactly enthusiastic, but willing to kiss Vince's butt.
Yeah. Wayne points out that I'm wearing a Progress shirt.
You are wearing
today.
a Progress shirt.
Got this at the Mania show in Orlando.
Oh, man, he looks so young there.
Yeah. Well, that coffee's getting cold. So another note from the newsletter around the time. There was just the bell ring.
They're circling each other.
Bell just rang and lock up. Oh, look at that strong lock up.
Strong.
That's how you lock up, man.
That is how you lock up.
That's super
an
strong.
Intense lockup.
Edge backs down Regal in the corner.
That would make Luthez proud. Good collar and elbow wrestling. Jockeying for position. Getting leverage to strike first with a devastating maneuver like a Beal. Or an arm drag takedown.
I'm surprised you don't consider the Beal the best move in wrestling. Is it in the top 10? The Beal? A strong Beal even?
No.
Not one of them weak Beals. A strong Beal.
No Beal.
No Beal?
No Beal.
I think yes.
I mean,
Beal.
it's the chop, and then there's a huge gap, and then a bunch of other stuff.
You always point out the Beal though.
It's a fun move to say Beal.
It is fun. And
drop kick from Edge.
The thing is about it, you just grab a guy by. It is underrated. You grab a guy by his head and you just chuck him across the ring.
Pretty much, yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's not a bad move.
It's just not very powerful.
But you think it would take, kayfabe-wise, a ton of power to do it, to grab someone by their head or neck and just throw them.
Yeah. So the brand split was on its way. Isn't it kind of weird that they decided it the brand split was already being talked about in investor meetings or in conference calls or whatever.
Yeah.
Earnings calls.
That's interesting. They do the brand split after unifying the titles.
That's weird. Okay, we have this thing on its way. We're going to unify the titles, but then we're going to split the titles back up.
Yeah. When people say, "Oh, it was so much better in the Attitude Era," I don't think it was really all that different.
Oh, right. I know.
In terms of
Vince was just a lot younger.
Yeah.
I think that's the only difference. He was less tired.
And then back then, when was the IPO? When did they become a publicly traded company?
I don't know.
It was around this time, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was still early in those days, so I don't know how much they had to answer to board members and stockholders as opposed to now.
August 3rd, 1999.
Oh, that's when the IPO was? It's a couple of years prior to this.
According to CNN.com, they have an article, WWF goes public. It's long-awaited public offering. They offered 170. I love this. Is great. Listen to this. Sunset flip. Listen to this press release here. Or this, I don't know, this press release is an article from CNN Money.
Yeah.
The Stamford, Connecticut-based wrestling empire, home to such personalities as Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Blue Meanie, and the Undertaker. That's a big, big rub for the Blue Meanie right there.
That's an exclusive company.
They offered $172.5 million of stock.
That's a lot.
Yes, that is a lot of money.
Jeffrey Nguyen here says the Regal Eugene Maria Milk interview is great. I've never seen that.
Oh, dear. That sounds familiar.
Another pin attempt by Regal. Edge kicks out. He grabs Edge by his hair. Picks him up. Man, Regal's getting a ton of heat. Double knees from Regal. Dang MQ here says in chat, no mention of The Rock? None.
Oh, wait, what now? Oh, in the article? Yeah, I know.
Maybe whoever penned that report was a Beatles fan and thought, oh, there's a character named Blue Meanie.
That would, yeah, I mean, that's a very, or maybe they're just a huge Blue WO fan.
Blue WO.
The Blue World Order. Maybe JBL wrote it.
Could be.
4 years before he bloodied him up.
Beat the heck out of Blue Meanie in the ring.
Scrum. Could you imagine being Blue Meanie? Like, what the hell? It's supposed to be a lot of fun. Everybody's just doing the fake punches and stuff. And
then these are real punches.
JBL comes up and tosses a bunch of potatoes.
Oh, Edge going for the pin. 1, 2. Regal kicks out.
Kick out.
Yeah, Zach Carrier brings up that Impact is leaving Pop TV and heading to Pursuit Channel on January 11th. Apparently, Anthem has some ownership stake in this Pursuit channel. According
As
to,
in they own it.
Yeah. So I don't know how they're really going to make a whole lot of money off that.
I was floored. I was like,
Frankensteiner from Edge.
that was beautiful. Oh, JR called it a Hurricane Rana. Whoa, only a 2 count. 2. Yeah, when I saw that tweet, I literally have not, dude, I thought I like knew what all the channels were. Like I thought I could recognize most of the Pursuit
Well,
channel?
you don't recognize it because it's probably not on any cable system nearby.
It's
I
not-
went to
I
their
don't even-
website and there's only on Cox Cable. I think everything else is either streaming or satellite providers. It's on Dish, it's on DirecTV, and then some streaming services. But Cox is the only cable provider I noticed on the list
Oh
of
my gosh.
outlets.
Given
and you sent me that screenshot of their Twitter account, and they only have like 500 followers.
I thought they had like 13,000. I think
Oh.
500 people. I think they're following 500 because that's what I thought at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got 13,000.
Oh, okay.
They're following 558.
Gotcha.
But dude, I had no idea who they were, and it's all like outdoor stuff.
Yeah, Lefty Basis for the win asks, I've never heard of this channel. Is that an upgrade? I think you answered your own question with the previous statement.
At least Pop used to be TV Guide channel. Oh,
Yeah.
Regal's got the brass knucks. He's got the brass knucks. He hid them in the ring, Larson. Very crafty. New $5 patron, Ryan Henderson. Thanks so much,
Thank you
Ryan
so much.
Henderson. Edge is laying. You got thrown into the steel steps. Really selling those steel steps.
Yeah, man. That should be a devastating move.
I agree. Rolls him in. Another interesting note here. Oh, another $5. The WrestleCock, Colin K. Another patron. Thanks so much.
Thank
Edge
you.
gets his leg up on the rope. Regal's supposed to be a ring general, man. He needs to know better.
Man.
Up.
Ooh. Tyler Driver, 97.
So this match is obviously for the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's another. Take a guess, Larson. Between April 3rd, 2001 and November 18th, 2001, the Intercontinental Championship changed hands
7.
11 times.
Wow.
11 times.
That's a lot.
It was hot potato action. But one note I made, I looked at all the Intercontinental Champions at the time. They are all
Didn't like
mid-cards.
Scotty Too Hottie have it back then?
I didn't see his name, but seemingly everybody else in the mid-card, there was such a distinct mid-card at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas these days, they're all the Intercontinental Champions. They're all
former champions. Yeah, world champions.
World
pretty much.
champions. Because those, the Universal Championship is just held up. It's in escrow right now. It's in Brock Lesnar escrow. But I liked that there was an actual mid-card back. Like,
I did too.
SmackDown kind of has one.
Yeah.
SmackDown has a mid-card, and it's a strong one.
But again, any of the people in their mid-card could easily be bumped up to the main event. Joe,
Oh,
Nakamura,
yeah,
Rusev,
easily. Yeah, they're all...
Oh, another Tyler Driver, 97 from Regal.
How is that not finishing off Edge? He should have gone for the pin right there. Oh, man, a third one? On this day. Oh. That really... Come on. Stomps. More stomps.
Regal going to his trunks for the brass
Going
knuckles.
to brass knucks. He better pay attention, though. Spear from Edge. 1, 2, 3. Edge, I'm sorry. He's got the weakest spear.
Yeah, it's not
He's got
that great.
one of the weakest spears. He was doing that after Goldberg, right?
Yeah.
Say what you will about Goldberg. He had a spear that looked pretty...
Well, he played football, so he was just using good tackling form with his spear.
He was literally tackling. He was
Yeah.
actually spearing people. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. This is just Regal falling over and Edge giving a little hug. Goldberg used to shoot hurt people.
Yeah, he used to try to like tear him in half
Yeah.
at the waist with spear. And that wasn't even his finisher. He'd follow that with jackhammer.
Yeah. That's why he destroyed so many people, man.
Oh, Flair backstage on his phone.
He's got a flip phone. That thing probably didn't have a camera on it, man.
No.
There's Kurt Angle.
I used to have. Oh, that's not the Kurt Angle shirt I used to have. I used to have the first Kurt Angle shirt. I think that's the first thing I ever bought off WB shop.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, the only thing.
Flair surprisingly playing a really good straight man here.
I know he's low key.
The low key Flair is good. Ray Smith says, thanks for the stream, listening at work. Thank you so much. Return of the Zach, new patron. Thank you.
Thank you.
Understated Flair is great.
Oh, I know.
Underrated, understated Flair. So wait, Angle just called him a, whoa, what ref is that?
That's Lita.
I see a thong. That must be Lita. There she is. Look at cheesy Matt Hardy. Look at his silver shirt. Look, they're acting right now.
I know, this is great.
Yes. Matt Hardy is the most late 90s looking guy there possibly is. She's like, that's awesome.
It's like,
that's great.
That's good for you, Matt.
Oof.
Tension.
That was a stand tall segment for Matt Hardy. Doesn't bode well for him in this match coming up. Interesting thoughts about the relationship between the Hardys on that Pritchard show.
Yeah.
About how Jeff was sort of the shy one, and everybody looked at him like, man, that dude is cool as heck. But everybody liked Matt because he was the brains, and he
was the idea guy. Yeah,
yeah.
They thought he was gonna be the huge star.
Yeah. Oh, look at this video package. It's great. It is crazy, though, how little Jeff Hardy seems to have aged.
Oh, I know.
Like, how surprising is that? The guy who did all the extreme stuff, and he looks the same, and he still does stuff like that.
It's amazing to see that. I don't know what it is, but it seems like there's some people that they can take life can give them a whipping, can beat them up,
then keep on kicking.
Like, look at Keith Richards. How's that guy still alive?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. Jeffrey Nguyen, is there going to be a non-WWE show tomorrow? No, because it's
the holidays.
The holidays.
News is kind of slow right now, so we just decided to kind of conglomerate all the news in this morning show and then do this today and then have this go up tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Going in Rawview.
Where the Going in Rawview for this is going to go tomorrow. Up tomorrow. Is there something else going up tomorrow too?
No, just this.
Okay. The countdown's not going up tomorrow. What Friendo Road? When's Friendo Road's going? Friendo War's going up.
Christmas Eve.
Okay. I gotta get you the titles for that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
See, like he shouldn't be able to walk after that.
I know. If
And
that
he's
was
done
me,
that
I'd be done.
countless times.
I'd be done. Top of the cage, going through a table. No way, man.
Also, what Flair said. I mean, imagine how many bumps do you think Ric Flair's taken throughout his career? Took throughout his career, tens of thousands.
Oh man.
And he says
at least.
And he says he hasn't had any like pain from wrestling. Period.
Yeah, that's weird.
That seems impossible.
That's genetically something off.
It's well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's just
Or just
it
different
seems like
from
some
us.
people are just, yeah.
Yeah. King Quest has a point here. He says video packages were so much better back then. I agree. There's just energy. There's just so much more energy. It's so much less corporate feeling. You know?
Well, it seemed like they were willing to take chances with editing and production stuff.
And even like I love. So this story is just distinctly different than anything else going on. The characters are so distinctly different than anything. Whoa! They just shoved Lita. I wouldn't see that these days.
No. She should give him a Hurricane Rana. A hallway Hurricane Rana.
Hallway Hurricane Rana.
Right now, we're the Max Zero asked where we are. We're at a video package.
We will,
Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys video
feud.
package. We're about 30. So we've been live for 47 minutes.
So probably about 35 minutes into the show.
42, about 35 minutes in the show, probably. We're at the Hardy Boys.
All right.
We're about to we'll give you the bell.
Lita's walking down the ring.
Her music got way cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Her music got way cooler after
This is pretty much generic early aughts.
I mean, if you look at all the talent, it's kind of not surprising they go to part-timers so often. But that being said, they've got the same level of talent and probably even better right now.
I know.
That they need to be building. I mean, if anything, this is how it should be done. Always be building new stars.
Yep. Definitely. But they don't seem to really care about doing that.
Here comes Matt Hardy.
No,
I'm sorry, Jeff Hardy. Jeffrey Hardy.
This is the first time they had a one-on-one match with WWE, I believe.
I believe so, yeah. Apparently, according to Pritchard's show, Vince wasn't into the idea of this because he didn't believe family members should physically fight each other. But both the Hardy Boys were really into it. They wanted to do something new and interesting.
Yeah, and they'd both, I think they'd wrestled each other in their Omega promotion. All the time.
Yeah.
Wayne Maker says, Merry Christmas, you pair of tossers.
You.
Thank you for your content. Most importantly, your friendship. Have a beer on the Wayne Maker household. Thank you, Wayne
thank
Maker.
you very much, Wayne Maker.
Oh, I like they just continued the music. Didn't go to a different, they didn't restart it.
That's funny. I didn't even notice that.
So their theme is pretty timeless. They had the same, or at least one or both of them had the same theme for 20 years. And it still sounds good.
Oh, it's still great, yeah. Yep. All credit to James Johnston.
Yes.
Wonder if the Undisputed Era theme is going to be just as good 20 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Some themes are just timeless,
Just
man.
timeless,
NWO, timeless.
Timeless.
Stone Cold, timeless. Hardy Boys, timeless.
Timeless.
Undisputed Era, timeless. Is Jeff going to wrestle this match with a hat on?
Well, it looks good. Another dude who could totally pull off a mesh shirt, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, he could.
Like, I wouldn't. I know Matt did, but it just looked bad. It's funny because, like, you know, they're brothers. There are some physical similarities, but Jeff just exuded cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything about him was just super cool.
Yeah.
And still is. Matt, on the other hand, he's always kind of cheesy, but in a good way.
Yeah, yeah.
I always like Matt.
He finally found a way to
Yeah.
exploit that cheesiness in a really
That's
interesting
why the
way.
deletion stuff works so great. The
Because he just
broken
reveled
stuff.
in the cheese of it.
Exactly. So this is a cool match. Like I said, I already watched this. Not the high spot fest that you kind of figured.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people figured they'd see. They wrestled a much more physical sort of.
Something befitting the nature of their feud. You don't want to see a couple of guys who are really
just flippy going. And
yeah.
doing
If
crazy
this
stuff.
is like a real serious feud, especially between brothers, you want it to feel like a fight.
Yeah, and they fought plenty more times in the WWE after this.
Oh yes.
But yeah, I do kind of wonder if Vince read the crowd correctly on this, because after this they kind of just move on.
Yeah, they didn't really pursue the feud anymore after this.
Because I'm not really sure who wanted to see the Hardy Boys at odds.
Well, that's what Pritchard said in his podcast, is that the crowd really wasn't into it, and so Vince said, "All right, let's just move on from it."
I mean, that's a good instinct right there, because it is sort of like, I don't know, especially at the time, I want to see them fight. They're like one of the best tag teams ever.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them tag team and do cool stuff.
Oh, back elbow from Matt. Oh, body slam from Matt.
Another new patron, Jordan Hartley. Thank you so much, Jordan.
Thank you very much, Jordan.
Slow counts from Lita. You think it's easy for, like, if you've been wrestling for 5 years?
Yeah.
Think it's easy to just toss on it's got to be tossing on a ref shirt. Probably is pretty easy. You know what they do.
Yeah.
Right?
I would think so.
That'd be pretty simple.
I thought you were going to say if you wrestled for 5 years, you think it'd be pretty easy to start a match wearing a baseball hat. That seems to be, that's a heck of a chop.
That's more difficult than putting on a referee
Well,
shirt.
I mean, it changes how you take bumps.
Dude, I have no idea how luchadors wrestle. Like, with a mask on? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, every time I put on one of those masks, and granted, I know they get theirs, like, fitted, I think, to their heads.
Yeah, so they can actually see out of them. I know, they're so hard. It's hard to see out of it.
But it's so, like, you're so
peripheral.
claustrophobic. And, yeah, your periphery is just dead.
Yeah. I'm just saying with a baseball hat, you can't take any bumps down, like face forward, because you get that bill sticking out in front of your head.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
But he lost the hat. It's just kind of funny. He started the match with a hat on.
What's your favorite instance of a baseball hat in wrestling? Because I know what mine is.
I don't know why.
When the Warrior wore a baseball hat for a promo, and he just stopped paying. I remember they fought. Didn't they, like, wasn't there a segment on that in
yeah, I think
the self-destruction of Ultimate Warrior?
Oh, bellied back from Matt Hardy.
I really wish that they had simply kept that as the official WWE stance on the Warrior, was that DVD. Don't try to make amends with the guy. I'm curious so I know they still talk about Warrior, and they're still big on the Warrior.
Yeah.
If he was still alive today,
yeah,
and they hadn't made amends with him, would they try to now? Given how much more people are apt to dig into the past and see what crummy things people have said. Because he said some crummy things.
He did say a lot of crummy things. It'd be up to it would be whatever. It'd be up to Vince.
Well, sure, yeah, but I wonder
if
in
Vince
the same
would be willing to push through the PR disaster.
Yeah,
then he would still do it.
Yeah,
he seemed to have some affinity for Jim Hellwig. Don't know why.
Dan Donnelly in chat asks, is Lita secretly here with Jeff? Her counts are so slow. I think she's just trying to let the wrestlers wrestle.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. She doesn't want this to be a quick end.
Jeff in the tree of woe.
Whoa. Matt expecting Lita to play favorites here.
Well, she said beforehand that she wasn't going to. She's going to be an impartial referee, call it right down the middle.
Yeah, but he doesn't, He's probably thinking that she's all winking, winking a nudge,
like, right down the middle.
Right down the middle. I see what you're saying. I don't know whose accent that's supposed to be.
Sound like JR. Lita calling this match right down the middle.
Calling this match down the middle.
Sunset flip powerbomb. We can get
that.
Yep.
Nope. Oh!
Hurricane Rana.
Jeff Hardy reverses into a Hurricane Rana.
Four. Matt back in the ring. Jeff on the apron. Jeff blocks a punch.
Sunset flip. Oh, no.
Nope.
Flips over Matt.
Knee.
Sells his knee. He was one of the best at selling that knee injury.
Oh, yeah.
He'd do that little double hop thing and then collapse. You know, when
Matt
Lawler
attacking that knee.
when Lawler's not lecherous on commentary, he was a really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is a classic team up right
Oh, heck
there.
yeah.
Although I was always actually a bigger fan of when Heyman and JR were on commentary together. I always like Heyman's commentary.
Oh, yeah, Heyman was great.
Because him and JR would get into screaming matches sometimes.
Matt Hardy just said, "Oh, yeah."
Oh. Oh. Oh.
You know, for the Pritchard podcast, them saying there was crickets during this match. I mean, the crowd's at least responding to stuff.
I wonder if
compared to now, when half the time people just sit on their hands during matches.
I wonder if he was speaking relative to the time, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, because like so many. You bring up a good point. Right now, what we're hearing is what we'd hear during a really good match on Raw now.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, the entire arena, 15,000 deep or 12,000 deep, would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
Whereas this right here. Relative what
relatively
it was,
muted response for 2001.
Yeah.
Oh, half crab from Matt.
So, question in the chat: didn't Lawler come back and become JR's partner in this pay-per-view?
Yeah, they talked about that on the Pritchard show where he walked away after they fired the cat.
Yeah.
And then he came back around this time.
She came back. Yeah, he came back. I don't know if this is the first pay-per-view back. I'm not entirely sure, but it was around this time that he came back, yeah. I know he came back officially during, like, at the Raw. I think at the Raw they fired Paul Heyman. Like, he left, and then Lawler comes down and replaces him.
Yeah.
Which was a great moment. That was a really... I remember watching that live. That was a great moment. It's just you have to forget about things like his upcoming commentary with the Jacqueline and the Trish Stratus match. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh, drop kick from Jeff.
Kyle Korth wants to know what's cringier, pervert Lawler or current Graves on the Seth Dean thing. It's Lawler. It's damn near I mean, I know the Graves thing is kind of irritating, but what Graves is doing, you could have done in any era, like you could do today. What Lawler is doing here, or when you get to the Trish stuff, you couldn't do today. You absolutely couldn't do today.
No way.
Both men are down. Lead is at 4.
Oh, Jeff answers
gets
standing
up.
10 count first.
She's still counting for Matt, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Oof.
Ouch.
Potato from Matt. Ooh, another potato from Matt.
Uh-oh.
Matt goes for twist of fate.
Twist fate. Reversed.
Double leg drop in the midsection.
The leg drop to the front area of Matt Hardy. Jeff has him. Suplex. Belly to back. He's going to go up for his patented Swanton Bomb.
Or Whisper in the Wind. Nope.
So Dan Donnelly here in chat says, let's be fair, it's bad now, but when we were all teenagers, we thought it was funny, but I wouldn't want to hear it now, 15 years later. I remember there were some times when Lawler was, and yeah, when you're a teenager, you find all sorts of stupid things funny. There was an element of Lawler's lecherousness that in very small doses could be relatively amusing at the time when you're young and kind of dumb. But the overkill was just, even back then was way too much.
It was way too much.
Because when that's all you have to offer in a match, no, especially knowing that Lawler had so much more to offer.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Granted, that being said, that match was a terrible match. Because Trish was so inexperienced. Uh-oh, Matt's mad because Lita's calling it down the middle. Oh, Jeff goes for the roll-up. 1, 2. Lita's counts are so slow.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, man.
Clothesline.
A clothesline from...
Jeff rolling out of the ring. Matt kicking him. Jeff's going to the top rope. Matt punches him again. Jeff just can't get a top rope move off. Oh, Matt going for a top rope twist of fate. No.
Oof.
Oh, we're going to see a
right.
swanton.
Jeff Hardy's going up.
Swanton.
Oh, he hits swanton. He hits it. Goes for the pin. Doesn't hook the leg. Matt gets his leg up. Oh, but Jeff hooks the leg. Lita missed the leg on the rope. Ah. Matt is upset. He is not happy right now. Matt limps. Oh, poor Lita. She's like, man, these guys are so emotional.
Wicked Raven 13, love the tape pyro, signaled Kane was going to be there. Oh, yeah, on the ropes. On the ring post, I mean,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they had the flames coming out of there.
That's a good point from Dan also. That was a heel move from a guy who wrestled the match as a babyface. Got to do what you got to do to win, man. Nobody wants to be in there against their brother.
Nope.
Oh, we're outside the Rock's dressing room. The women's champion, Trish Stratus, gives it a knock. Walks in. Rock's on the phone. He said, hey. He said, good. Thank you. Oh, nice little good luck kiss on the cheek. Now Rock's going to take it way too far.
Why is he acting like he's drunk? I saw a
I think
beer
he's
there.
high right now. You know, in kayfabe, he's a big weirdo. Who talks like that?
Yeah, I know.
He looks so skinny.
I know.
He kind of just looks like a fan.
I know.
Ugh. She just looked down at his crotch area.
Mm-hmm.
She looks pretty excited about that, though. Like she wants to smell his front area. I mean, she looked at it. He
Yeah.
pointed to it. He said, smell what
Yeah.
the Rock is cooking. So maybe, there's a pheromones aspect to things going on there where his front area gives off some pheromones.
Could be in its yeah, I don't know.
Sex is one of those things that only smells good in the moment. If you have sex and then leave a room and then come back, it's like, it just smells like front area.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Stacy Keem. Oh, gosh. You don't have to show Lawler.
It's like his eyes are about to pop out of
I
his head.
know.
What was it? The not Wile E. Coyote with that cartoon where the cartoon
Bang. Yeah.
where the
Well.
animal's eyes pops out of his head. That's what it looks like.
Here comes your boy.
Well,
Marcus B asks us, do we use a sound gate to keep heater or AC out of the audio?
no, we just turned the heater off.
So these mics are they're not very sensitive. Like we have them turned down. So like we have to get pretty close. So if I'm talking over here, you can barely hear it over here.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. But yeah, we generally turn the heat off mainly because it gets
insanely hot.
Yeah, it gets really hot.
Kane.
He looks virtually the exact
Oh, I
same
know.
also. He was always on the verge of getting hossed.
Yeah, I
you
know. More so now than then, but yes.
Yeah, for sure. Which period of Big Show was this? Bad attitude, out of shape, good attitude, in
He
shape.
looks like he's in decent shape.
He looks like he's in okay shape. That haircut really did nothing for him, though.
No. Yeah, it's the thing. It matter where a guy who's 7 feet tall looks pedestrian because he has short hair.
Yeah. Kind of interesting that Stacy Keibler never came back to the WWF.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, she wasn't a wrestler.
no,
They
she
made her try to
wasn't.
wrestle. I don't think she wanted to wrestle. So
Yeah.
there's really no reason for her.
And they
to.
did stuff like you'll see in
Kane
this
needs to
match,
fix his boot.
where like I think she gets spanked in this match,
Oh,
and you see her bare buttocks.
Kane, fix your boot.
Oh yeah, I know, it's bugging me.
Kane, fix your boot.
Oof, big punch to the ribs there on Bubba Ray.
He was actually really amazing when he first debuted in WCW, doing drop kicks and stuff.
He had
huge.
he had like an amazing first 2 years.
Mm-hmm. He was huge. He moved well. He looked awesome.
Yeah, he looked great.
It's kind of strange that his gimmick for one point was Smoker. Remember that?
Yeah, I know.
That was weird.
Elite Norwegian here points out Little Nate has not aged.
No, he looks the exact same.
He looks the exact same. Side slam. 2 count. Oh, that's cool. GR Bone 35 says, using OBS, I have a picture-in-picture of the network and Steven Larson. Experience complete.
Cool.
That's cool.
Hopefully, it's synced up well.
Also a new patron, Jose Nava III. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, a clothesline from
On the apron to the
Headbutt.
Bully Ray. Yeah, but even even Tori Wilson, I know she was sort of a wrestler. She did wrestling matches here and there. But she's come back from time to time. I think once you date George Clooney, you're above the carnival aspect of things, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You sort of you launch into the upper echelon of
That's towards Hollywood A-list.
exactly.
But now I know she's married and has at least one kid, so
She probably has zero need to do this
I
stuff.
doubt she has zero interest in doing it. She
Yeah.
didn't want to get into wrestling, in-ring wrestling in the first place. Oh, Kane going to the top rope. Going for a clothesline. Oh,
my goodness.
man. Bubba ate that.
A guy that size doing that, that's crazy. Yes, we are watching this on the network. Keibler doing her manager jobs. Look at lecherous Big Show. Pulls her skirt down. Bends her over a knee, and this is appropriate. Big spank to Stacy Keibler. You think George Clooney was watching here?
Doubtful.
He was a big star.
Oh yeah,
he'd already gotten off ER at this point.
Yeah, he was a big
He was
movie
doing
star at this point.
Soderbergh movies.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude, look at man. Bubba Ray just got Kane up. That was pretty impressive. In no universe, really, should Kane and the Big Show ever lose to anybody.
Kane, fix your boot.
It's kind of a pedestrian thing to do, though. Fix your boot.
No, I know. Because the only instance
a
you
monster.
have to do it is when he's trying to sell something, and that's one of my pet peeves about wrestling is when someone's supposed to be selling a move, and they fix their ring gear.
Yeah.
So I know it's a real catch-22 for old Larson, but it's really bothering me that his bootstrap's loose.
Marcus B says I've been fighting with the audio issues on his podcast as he works on getting it started. I would just suggest turn down the gain.
Yeah, turn down the gain on your mic. Yeah,
whatever
and you
software
get
you're using.
Get like a windscreen if necessary, even just something like this. It won't cut down, like loud fan noise, but it'll help.
Yeah, if no matter what, if you're in a place where there's like obnoxious fan noise, that's going to be an issue. I mean, I remember when we did the 2K interview, not this year, but last year, they had us at the warehouse in Stamford.
Yeah.
Or outside Stamford, whatever.
Yeah.
And they had like giant
huge
fans blowing.
There's not much we can really do about that.
Yeah.
There's some filters you could use to kind of help, but it's not going to eliminate entirely if you have Audition or something like that.
Joseph Carroll says, love the show. Thank you so much, Joseph. Big Show comes in. Clothesline to Bully Ray. Clothesline to Devon. Another clothesline. Clothesline.
Huge clotheslines from Will.
Back elbow. Irish whip to Devon.
Oh, back body drop to Devon.
Big Show's cleaning up right here.
Stinger splash in the corner to Bubba Ray.
Here we go with the choke slam.
Oh,
chop block from Bully Ray.
I like that you're using his TNA kayfabe name.
Do you see? Hey, agree or disagree? Bubba Ray the other day tweeted out a picture of him and Gallows in Aces of Eights, and he said, "If it wasn't for Aces of Eights, there'd be no Bullet Club."
No, that's BS. Absolute BS.
If there was no NWO, there'd be no Aces of Eights. If there's no NWO, there probably wouldn't be a Bullet Club. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah. Nice try, Bully Ray.
iGraves 1. We don't have a timestamp for you, but we're in the middle of Big Show Kane.
Oh, there's some issues between Big Show and Kane.
We're coming down towards the finish. Big Show's yelling at Kane. Kane's jawing back. Dudley Boy's attack. But Big Show and Kane are giving it back. Headbutt to Bubba Ray.
Headbutt.
Big Show whips Bubba Ray. Big boot. Man, Bubba put his head right into that boot.
He leaned into that one.
He did. Bubba Ray evades. Oh, Big Show. Miscommunication. Stacy Keibler comes in, starts laughing. Big Show picks her up by the hair. Oh, man. Devon with some sort of move to get Big Show off her. Here we go. Here comes the 3D. On to the exposed turnbuckle.
Wasn't quite a 3D.
And the Dudley Boys, they win. Stacy Keibler very upset with getting spanked and having her hair pulled in this match. Don't blame her. She should probably file some HR paperwork.
Yeah, that's unprofessional behavior.
Unprofessional.
Shouldn't be happening in a workplace. Professional environment.
Professional environment.
I think the head of talent relations is sitting right there on a commentary. Good old JR.
Travis Ray says, do you think Stacy will get back with Scott Steiner? At this point, probably not.
No.
Probably not.
No.
Oh, we get our PSA.
Oh yeah, don't
do this at home. Oof. Oh. Who is out there stretching off?
I don't know.
Doctors operating. Chair shot to Cactus Jack.
WWF e-parents.
Dick Ham, no audio of the event because we'll get copyright stricken and the
Yes.
live stream will literally be taken down. This is meant to be more of a commentary track to watch along with. Matt's got his bags. Not even taking a shower, Larson. Lita apologizing. She had nothing to apologize for.
She was doing her job.
Drowning Pool, Larson.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
fan of theirs?
Nah.
How many concerts of Drowning Pools have you been to?
0.
Really?
None.
Oddly enough, me neither.
No, I don't think there's any oddly about it.
But this, I'm telling you, new metal was the perfect fit for WWE back then.
Oh, yeah,
it
it totally
really
was.
worked within the context of the show.
No, I agree. Doesn't mean it was good.
Get a title screen.
Undertaker.
The Undertaker,
versus Rob Van Dam.
Look at his dad jeans.
Oh, my
His
gosh.
Tucked in shirt. You know what, man? I don't care. My favorite freaking Undertaker, I don't care about the dead man at all. I don't care about that supernatural stuff. Give me American Badass.
He just kind of, it just seemed like a ripoff of Stone Cold.
It really did. Oh, man. Is this true? Sean Lathrop says Stacy Keibler wanted to guest host Raw in Baltimore, but WWE went with Vern Troyer instead.
Oh, I don't know.
Is that actually true?
I have no idea.
Undertaker turned that around real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Is that because you're better than me? JR was like, what? Oh. That's so vile.
I know.
I got to work today. Had to bury my face in Vince McMahon's
Vince
butthole.
McMahon's rear end.
Oh, look at poor Taz. Taz with his weird, like, jumpsuit.
I know. And his workout pants, his track pants.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, man. Ow.
Look at Big Evil crushing him with those steel steps.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
I'm telling you, man, that was good stuff.
That's cool. He got a wrestle in the hoodie. It looks comfy.
Apparently it's true because she is from Baltimore. Is it true because it actually happened, though?
What year was that? Like, how long ago was that?
Yeah, what year was that? How did that last ride not completely murder people?
I know.
He gets them so high up.
I know. You're like 7.5 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Just ambles out.
The Undertaker. Here's the thing. The gimmick. Oh, his facial expressions were so great. He literally looked like a different person.
Yeah, I know. He cut his hair and stopped dyeing it.
Cut his hair, stopped dyeing it, so he was like a gin. It was just I haven't published the tape trade yet, but he was basically just master of paint at this point.
Yeah, I know. He looked like the world's largest PE teacher.
He does. Oh man.
Oh,
God.
you should have tipped his bike over. That really would have got him upset.
I know. Listen to this.
Oh, gosh.
So it's a terrible song. It's a terrible song, but it fits so perfect for this, man. I love this.
It's awful.
This gets me, but does it get you hyped for him?
No.
Really? Oh, it gets me hyped for him, dude. I got my motorcycle. I don't have to worry about walking.
Whenever I
to
see
the
this,
ring.
though, I always think this is what Eric Bischoff wanted the NWO to be.
No, this is actually cool.
It is because he actually likes bikes.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in the NWO actually gave a damn about bikes.
Not really.
But like, if he wanted the NWO to be a biker gang, why are they running right in on garbage trucks be getting sold out?
Oh, he was a big fan of unintentional
trucks.
metaphors. Look at that. Man, he's cool. Look at his sunglasses, wearing them inside.
I mean, he looks legit,
It
but
does look legit. Tyler Addix wants to know which theme was Undertaker's best. You're listening to it right now. You're listening to it right now.
No.
Believe that. You are
No.
listening to it right now, man. I'm telling you.
Anything Limp Bizkit shouldn't be referred to as best.
Look at the people standing up for Rob Van Dam.
Oh, he was awesome. He was instantly over.
Talk about a guy with instant charisma. Could you imagine going from, and I know ECW, that, like, what do you think the largest attended ECW event was, pay-per-view wise? 5,000?
Oh, maybe at that.
Right. This guy seamlessly went from that to this.
Commanding 10,000 people.
And look at, there's something to be said for a guy. Look at how he plays to the crowd here.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Van Dam,
he was ready-made for
confidence.
A large stage.
He was.
I mean, this thing?
That thing. Look at, I love this. Look at how he's talking to the crowd right here. Look at that.
Yeah, he used to do this. All
I know.
the same stuff in ECW.
All like 100 bingo halls, 5,000 people, 20,000 people, whatever it is. Listen to that.
I know. It's amazing how he shows up and he's instantly one of the most popular guys.
Instantly. And look at him. And he's not surprised by any of it. He understands why.
No, he knows exactly why.
That's pure confidence right there, man.
Yeah.
And he's got airbrushed lights.
Yeah, I know.
Like he's got, how did that work? He's got the goofiest outfit, but it works for him so
it totally
perfectly.
works for him because he was amazing in the ring.
Yeah.
He's got a dragon on there.
They do a really good job on the Pritchard Show talking about RVD's ascension. And there was some shade thrown at Paul Heyman, too.
Yeah, I know. Saying that he was advocating for RVD too much.
Too much. And they said, somebody just sitting there the entire time, ramming in everybody's face how good this guy is gonna be a detriment. Mm-hmm. But I guess this match went a long way. And then Austin, I guess, also some bits he did with Austin. Vouched for him, and Vince McMahon said, okay, well, these guys
if
like
Steve
him.
likes him, then I'll give him a chance.
Yeah. But Van Dam was so much fun to watch in the ring.
Heck yeah.
And he's the kind of guy that I think a lot of wrestlers, if you're not really great on the mic, like I've always said that Cedric Alexander could benefit from looking at Rob Van Dam because he can do really, really great things in the ring, or like an Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
Guy who might not be great on the mic, but Cedric, I think, could probably emulate the kind of confidence that RVD had.
Yeah.
Because RVD he's never great on the mic. He just was who he was.
Yeah.
And he was naturally a very charming guy, seemingly.
Yeah. Man, the whole crowd's chanting RVD. It's amazing.
Punch from The Undertaker. Wasn't quite a potato. He said, I'm going to take him to school.
Dong!
Super kick right there. Mac Zero asks, who in WWE today should have airbrushed gear as well? Kind of nobody. I don't think anybody
there's somebody.
Could pull it
Somebody
off.
should. Somebody should.
Bray Wyatt.
Matt Riddle.
Oh, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Whoever did the cover art to Doggy Style,
yes,
should do Matt Riddle's airbrush on his
potato.
trunks. Good idea. That's a really good idea. Yeah, Velveteen Dream. He's got.
He's got airbrush stuff on his tight for takeovers at least.
Yeah. Yeah, John James has a good point. Riddle kind of echoes RVD too.
Yeah.
He's kind of got that natural like, hey, look at me kind of thing.
Yeah.
I get why you love me so much, and it's not obnoxious,
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Dude's got a flag. What's Undertaker going to do with it? Give me that flag. Wraps it around RVD's neck. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nobody cares. They're all just into it. Fans aren't going too much into it. RVD's used to those ECW crowds where they're crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So he's fine going to the crowd.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, look at this. Back up, everybody. Oh, on the barrier.
Oh, man.
Beautiful moonsault onto the Undertaker. Goes for a pin. Ref counts 2. Undertaker kicks out. This is for the hardcore title. It's fun to see the hardcore title actually being taken seriously.
I know,
here.
as opposed to the joke title with the 24/7 title defense.
Right.
Stuff like that. Oof.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. His head's trapped underneath it.
Oh, ouch. Undertaker stepping. That actually looks like it probably hurt.
Yeah, looks like that would really hurt. Those barriers aren't light.
No, man. Travis Ray says, what happened to those types of crowds, those crowds with a lot of posters and air horns and flags? The PG era, I think, kind of happened, you know? Like, I'm sure there are plenty of families out there, but the WWE really... And, to the benefit of the company in terms of profit, making money.
Well, I'll say this, too, especially these days. The company doesn't really give you a whole lot to get excited for.
There's that, too. There is that as well. RVD's getting his ass kicked.
Undertaker barking at the crowd. He's just trying to destroy a stagehand with a chair.
Oh, the fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher comes out. Yeah, a couple people make the point. Dan Donnelly, Matthew Williams. Not to mention they take away signs now.
Yeah, they do. They probably wouldn't take away air horns, too.
Yeah. Take away beach balls.
So that's why we have to get their phone out and just do this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Here we go. Single-use garbage can.
Oh.
Not quite as... Oh, no. Van Dam's going up.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, dear. Don't do this, RVD.
Look,
at
security's
Undertaker.
there to make sure nobody pushes them. But people are cool. Look at that. People are cool. There's... Oh, be careful, Rob Van Dam. Oh, my God. Oh, jumped on the Undertaker. Only got a 2 count, though.
Wow.
That should have been it right there.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh.
Kota Ibushi would have done a moonsault off that.
That's true. Oh.
Man.
I know.
It's a good thing there's all that sawdust underneath.
It's a great visual right there, all the sawdust.
Or whatever that is. Powder.
Dong.
Dong!
Oof. Kick. You have to Hey, if that was today, they would still be laying there.
Oh, I know.
They milk those a lot more these days.
I know.
Here, back then, the action just kept up. There's one of the frames for the curtains. Came down. Goes for a pin. 1, 2. 2 count.
This match has just the right amount of sloppiness.
Sean Lindsay here in chat makes a point. Don't arenas have a lot more rules these days? That's a possibility.
Yeah, it could be.
Probably
Oh,
liability.
it wasn't that long ago that Seth Rollins did something similar in the
true.
Shield versus Evolution match.
Yeah.
Oh!
Leg drop there from
Get that
RVD.
pin.
2. Oh, that should be
Oh,
it.
look at that.
Well,
Undertaker goes to the eyes.
Undertaker's fought Hogan before. He knows how to kick out of a leg drop. Or he talks to Sid.
Headbutt.
Headbutt from the Undertaker to RVD. He collapses. Big stomp. Undertaker picks up RVD. Uh-oh. Slings him over his shoulder.
Going for snake
Rams his
eyes.
head. Oh, into the custom pay-per-view set. The faces that he makes in this match
it's
are
combination
so great.
of that and stumbling around like an old man.
It's so great. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Undertaker's looking for last
Last
ride.
ride. Oh, dear.
Oh, you got him up. Oh, RVD. Oh, gosh. Oh, Van Dam starts climbing the set. The custom pay-per-view set. Kicks Undertaker away. Escapes the last ride. Oh, Undertaker. Potato from behind. Ref is ready with that title. Uh-oh. Undertaker's emerged with a chair. RVD was able to evade a chair shot. Big stomp to the back of Undertaker's head.
Oh, Rolling Thunder.
Oh, beautiful. King Quest says, what if they push RVD heel like they did with Neville? I don't think people would buy it.
No, they wouldn't buy it.
I really don't think they'd buy it.
He just comes off as too likable.
And RVD's at his best when he's just him.
Yeah.
And he just seems like a likable dude. Oh, man. Undertaker slumped up against the custom set. RVD comes in. Oh. Van Daminator to the Undertaker with a chair. Ouch. Pulls him out. Goes for the pin. This should be 3 right here.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the Undertaker. New patron, Shell Bell. Thank you very much, Shell Bell. That's a wrestler name right there. Shell Bell.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, dear.
Oh!
Oh.
Undertaker with the chair shots.
Man.
Ouch.
No quarter with those chair shots.
Nope.
My goodness.
He just bent that chair over
my gosh.
RVD's back.
What was that? It's like he did Brock Lesnar thing.
I know it did. Uh-oh, here we go. Slings RVD over his shoulders. RVD says no, kicks him in the back.
Almost off the stage.
He's got the chair. Oh, Undertaker ducks the Van Daminator.
Uh-oh, choke slam.
Grabs him by the throat. Oh, my God. He threw him off the stage into a bunch of stuff, including a couple of tables. Look at it. Look at Undertaker.
So great.
Undertaker
I will
goes down.
appreciate that doing this gimmick freed him up to have a little more fun.
It did. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Undertaker wins the hardcore title in a really, really fun match. Look at his reaction here. Look at that face. They're going to go back to it here. Look at that face. That is great.
That's funny.
But here's the thing. That was a really, really great match. I don't think he would be selling it as much if he personally didn't feel that match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I agree.
I think he understands that was a really fantastic
fun.
match.
That's probably fun for him to do.
Rob Van Dam.
That's what Pritchard said on the show, is that Taker appreciates it when guys are willing to dish it out to him.
Yeah. I put you down
like a dog.
Like a dog. Do you think you're better than me, JR? What? You're going to eat his butthole now. What?
Pardon?
What?
Pardon, Mark?
Pardon? No, I don't think I'm better than you. Oh, God, I'm going to eat his butthole now.
I don't think I'm better than anybody, Mark. Well, he's hearing on his bike. It didn't take long. You're right up near the stage. Just go backstage.
Yeah, I don't get it. Time to go. Well, he needed to get his bike.
I guess so. You need that. He needs the chopper.
He's not going to have some stagehand come get his bike.
No. That's
That's
a valuable chopper there.
Ric Flair back on the phone. Here's Y2J. Heel Y2J. Jericho stealing Kurt Angle's gimmick for the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are really rubbing that in Ric Flair's face.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I meant to mention this earlier. Kurt Angle called him a 14-time champion.
Yeah, I guess it's a fluid number.
They added 2 because Cena's tied at 16 right now. So they added 2 more to his tally. Does anybody have a story about that? Did Angle get the number wrong?
They upped it once people started getting close. Like Triple H started getting close. And you're like, well,
that could be. That could be.
I mean, because if you count every single one of them, it's in the 20s.
Yeah.
So
Tommy Cat says lunch break as we get Trish Stratus's entrance here. Grilled chicken, tomato, spinach, and provolone on sourdough. Oh, that sounds amazing.
That does sound good.
We should go to Brew Pub.
Oh, I brought lunch.
Well, what do you care about that? Let's just go to Brew Pub. I'll pay.
Only put it that way.
All right. He says, what's your favorite Christmas tradition? Mine is Christmas Eve party at my house and Die Hard. Why would you need to watch Die Hard on Christmas?
Die Hard put on Instagram today saying it was a Christmas movie.
Merry Christmas, friendos. Well, they're just trying to get some... Wait, what?
Yeah, Die Hard on Instagram. I got an ad on Instagram today saying that Die Hard posted it, saying something like it's
I'm sorry, who posted it?
Die Hard. The movie itself posted it. The movie is declaring itself a Christmas movie. There's no doubt now. It's a Christmas movie. My favorite Christmas Eve tradition.
The movie has grown sentience and now has social media accounts?
Exactly, yes.
That's bizarre.
My favorite Christmas tradition is making chili Christmas Eve night for dinner.
That sounds good.
I'm going to do it this year.
Interesting talk on the Pritchard podcast also about Jacqueline. Apparently she was brought in to make Trish Stratus better, to help train her, to put her over, take her to good matches. This match, when you watch it, is totally carried by Jacqueline. Totally. Real short match, but Lawler's commentary makes it feel like 15 minutes long. It's like a 3.5 minute match. He makes it so much worse. Interesting, though, what they said about Trish, and that they put the title on her hoping she would get better, but also with the understanding that she was working super hard, putting in lots of reps, getting in lots of time.
Getting better,
and getting better. Like, they put the title on her knowing that she was taking the initiative.
Well, then I think they put the title in knowing that she was a pretty marketable
Well, yeah, sure,
star,
yeah.
You know? Because how long ago before this match did she debut?
I don't. Well, she was around as early as 98, 99, wasn't she? As Albert and Tess.
Yeah, because she came in to be a
valet.
manager.
Yeah, their
right?
manager. Yeah.
Jacqueline was great.
Oh, Jacqueline was fantastic. She was great.
She was my favorite back then.
Yeah, she was really good.
Her debut was 2000, but I don't know when she got started wrestling.
Oh, it was 2000. Okay.
2000.
Wow. Jeez.
March of 2000.
Debuted. Yeah. Okay. So Brandon Weiss here also says March 2000. This is December of 2001.
In-ring debut in June of 2000.
Joe James says, I've always found it odd why women weren't given the time to wrestle and have actual wrestling matches back in the day, because you can have the models and still have wrestlers.
Jacqueline was great. She was a really good wrestler.
She was really, really good. But I see the point. You know, there was obviously such an emphasis on the more scintillating aspects of the women's division back then. And I think it's just because Vince McMahon felt that aspect was, sort of the shock value.
Yeah, he thought that's what was going to sell. Not
carried them to ratings. And I think to a degree, a lot of people do remember. A lot of people do remember the Sable, with the handprints on the boobs and stuff. And to a degree, in that element, I think it worked. But that has a shelf life that's not very long.
No, and doesn't age well either.
And it really doesn't age well. No.
Imagine how Jacqueline would thrive today.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She was great.
Absolutely. And to a degree, like with characters like Mandy Rose, you can kind of have one aspect of it.
Yeah.
Although without the lechery of it.
Yeah.
And she's also a fantastic performer in the ring. She's really making big strides. Trisha's selling in this is actually pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, some of the transitions between things are not the smoothest, but
yeah, no, I mean it's a sloppy match, but you can tell that there are elements of Trish. That's one thing Pritchard pointed out, is that they all knew about Trish, is that she was really tough, like she could take a beating.
Yeah.
Tommy Cat says, thanks for answering my question. And Steve, stop being a Grinch poo-pooing on Die Hard. Die Hard's a fantastic movie.
So it might be the greatest
action movie of all time. It's a fantastic
action
movie. And it could be one of the best. It could be the best action movie of all time. But it's an action movie, not a Christmas movie.
It can be both things. I don't know why it has to be just one thing.
Trish gets the win. It's like a backslide pin
Yeah, it was a
thing.
backslide. Well, if we're going to brew pub, I'm gonna have a protein bar now because I'm snacky.
We don't have to go to. I don't have any lunch today. I'll just go to brew pub. It's the last day before Christmas.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Fine.
Oh, hey,
What?
we got to open gifts.
Yeah, we can do that in a sec.
I'm glad that we had a fairly long conversation during that, so we didn't have to listen to Lawler's commentary.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of it.
That's good.
I didn't hear a word of it.
Jonathan says Jingle All the Way is both an action and a Christmas movie. Why do you hate Die Hard? I don't hate Die Hard.
Yeah,
I
why
think
don't
it's
you
a
like Die Hard, man?
It's a very good action movie.
What, is Lethal Weapon just an action movie? Lethal Weapon 2 specifically, just an action movie? It can't be a comedy too? Why does it only have to be one thing? It can be an action movie and a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it could be, but it's not.
It definitely is. All right, you want to do this now?
Yes, because you're doing it already.
All right.
So anyways, as you all
open yours
know,
first. Open yours first.
it's Christmas time. It's
Uh,
Christmas time.
Tradition goes that we get each other gifts and we open them on air.
Pretty much. I feel like you got me some shoes. You got me some shoes?
No, they're not shoes. I've done that like the last 2 times I've given you gifts. It's not shoes. Despite what the box may say, it's not shoes. I considered it, but I did not.
A hoodie of some sort.
Yeah, turn it over though.
Oh, man. Whoa, that is cool, man. It's a W. Steve W. hoodie. Oh, that is so cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm excited about that. Where'd you get this made up?
Spreadshirt. I had to learn how to do vector art. Like make
Wow.
vectors.
That is very impressive.
Yeah, they had the standard digital print stuff that
Yeah.
could use a PNG, but I was like, I'll see if I can get the better quality print job.
That looks great.
Yeah, it really pops.
That really
I was really
pops.
surprised.
Nice. I love it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So I know 2001 is a movie that you really like.
Yeah.
We're both big Kubrick fans. This is the 2001 Space Odyssey
Oh, that's so cool.
movie adaptation by Jack Kirby. It's a really weird book because like it has like a voiceover narration going for it.
Yeah, so it tries to...
Which tries to explain a lot of the more ambiguous elements of
Yeah.
2001, but it's also Jack Kirby, which is pretty like
I know.
he's like one of
That's
the greats.
So cool. Thank you.
So you're welcome.
That's amazing.
It's a well used copy,
That's fine. I'll read it.
but
I'll
it is
display it proudly.
It's pretty interesting stuff. So
Cool.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. I'm going to put it out in the other room. Oh, no.
Oh, so now we get the replay of the actual Kiss My Ass Rikishi moment. We get to see just how deep McMahon's face goes into Rikishi's ass. And I love, here's the thing, it's great that he had The Rock do it because The Rock is the one guy who could legitimately shove Vince McMahon's face in without being tentative about it.
Yeah, no.
It's like his stock was already so high.
Oh, yeah. Look at JR marking out.
Big time. JR was pretty sad, though, at first that it wasn't his ass that Vince McMahon had to kiss. Matthew E. Williams said he would love to hear us do a Kubrick retrospective of all the films he made or wrote.
Oh, that'd be
fun.
a lot of fun.
That'd be fun.
Stanley Kubrick, wrestling fan, yay or nay?
I would think yay. He was his comedy. You could tell he had an affinity for the ridiculousness. Mm-hmm. You know, for the ridiculousness, for the ridiculous, for the absurd. I mean, you look at Dr. Strangelove, and the fact that he had George C. Scott going completely overboard. And then against George C. Scott's wishes, he would put in the most over-the-top takes because he knew they were golden.
Yeah.
And they were lowbrow humor takes, you know?
Mm-hmm. Broad.
The slap in the belly stuff.
Oh, that's so good.
I would think he would appreciate the ridiculous in wrestling.
I don't think so, too.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'd like to think that he would appreciate it. Matthew thinks he was a secret wrestling fan for sure. If we ever got to talk to Malcolm McDowell or Arlie Ermy just died, didn't he? Did he pass away?
Yeah,
he died.
Did.
Maybe Tom Cruise would know.
Maybe
we should take a personality test and then request to talk to Tom Cruise about the subject of Stanley Kubrick. Yeah. Rich Hardesty says if it wasn't Rock that did it, it would have had to have been Blue Meanie because apparently his stock was as high as Stone Cold and The Undertaker's, according to CNN Money. Exactly. So McMahon was going to he was going to strip Stone Cold of the title and give it to Kurt Angle.
And then Flair says, "No, I bought out Stephanie and Shane."
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the other thing he talked about on the Pritchard show. There was no B plan for Flair because the Flair sort of negotiations and contract signing came right down to the wire. He signed the contract, I think, at that episode of Raw.
Well, the story about the pulling of the ear is great.
Oh, that was funny, too. Because it took a second.
You're supposed to cue the music.
It was supposed to cue the music on his pulling of the ear. And it takes a second, so he just starts, like, super pulling at it because it's not coming on yet. Boy, they were an iconic duo. Stone Cold and The Rock. Jonathan says, imagine if the old school Golden Age comic book writers booked wrestling storylines. See, I would like Julius Schwartz. He was the guy. Whenever you see like a comic book cover, specifically like DC from, I think like the 60s, when it was like a super crazy, like, oh, where did these other 5 Supermen come from? And how are they going to get out of this hole in the ground? You know, like something that's so over the top. He would just come up with the ideas for the cover, and then the writer would have to go and figure out how to incorporate his idea for the cover.
It sounds like wrestling writing.
It does, exactly, yeah. See, listen to this. Listen to this song in this video package. Oh, and the blood. So much blood. See, this would have been really fun to edit these back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You get a good new metal song.
You get some good energy.
Yeah.
You get some grime filters.
Right. Speed everything up.
Some flash frames in
there.
Some
flash frames, yeah. You're not digging this song right now?
It's not my thing, man.
Oh, this is terrific. This is terrific.
It's just Drowning Pool. That's why she got you for Christmas was a new metal compilation.
No, see, I could never, outside the context of wrestling, I'll never listen to it. I could never do it. I'm just not into it. 2001, what were you listening to in 2001?
Radiohead.
Yeah.
Sonic Youth still. A bunch of stuff. Boom. Kurt Angle's theme.
Jeffrey Wynn says there's a Doom Patrol teaser trailer out now. Is that for the DC streaming service, or did they make that into a movie? I've never been huge into the Doom Patrol. It's one of those comics like Grant Morrison wrote what I think a lot of people consider a fairly iconic run of Doom Patrol. I never really got into it.
Oh, look at that pyro.
Look at that pyro.
See? That's essential.
Yeah, but give me the custom sets, man.
No, give me Pyro.
Pyro's too much.
Nah, no way.
It is too much. For the streaming service, okay. Brandon Lucella says, "Hey, Steve, I listened to the Dan Auerbach's solo album last night. It's so good. It is a really good one."
Did we see the Hellboy trailer?
No, I saw that it came out. It's got the... Well, you haven't seen Stranger Things, have you?
No.
Okay. I think
I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen a couple episodes.
I think Hellboy is being played by the sheriff in that. Which
is
good.
Okay.
He's good.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
him.
yeah.
He's good.
I could see that.
I'll check it out. It's just difficult to, like, once Guillermo del Toro's not doing it. I will say this, too. Probably a hugely unpopular opinion. I kind of preferred Stone Cold's new metal version. Maybe better than this. Who's saying that?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to it.
It was one of the more iconic new metal.
Was it Disturbed?
Yes. See, you do know. It's okay to know. It's not gonna. Nobody's gonna judge you for
I'm
liking
not worried
it.
about. No, I don't like it. I can know of it and not like it.
Deep down in your belly and your
No,
soul.
it's abysmal. It's horrible. Worst music ever created.
Ever? Really? Man, there's this El Camino High School.
Yeah.
Their radio station comes out to here, basically.
All right.
They play some good stuff.
Like what?
Well, like they had some super old timey Christmas stuff. I'm talking from like the 30s.
That's cool.
It was like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They play some crap too because it's a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
But some of it's really good. Like it's all over the map.
Yeah.
The
whoever
selection.
is on duty being the disc
Whatever
jockey,
kid is, yeah, exactly.
or picking the songs off his iPod or iPhone.
We should get a pirate radio station.
That'd be fun.
Just live stream audio versions of our show. Look at that. Look at that. God, just iconic. Look at Stone Cold's face. So this is the last time Stone Cold will hold the world title in WWE.
Mm-hmm. Following Mania, he'd take on Scott Hall, and then after that, he didn't wrestle a whole lot till Mania 19.
Yeah.
Which was his last match.
Yeah. He walked out when they wanted him to lose to Brock Lesnar on Raw.
Yep.
During I think a King of the Ring tournament.
Yep. So that'd been in June.
Yeah. Travis Ray says, "Does WWE still use video packages for their major rivalries?"
I mean, like they do on pay-per-views, they'll do. Man, look at Kyoto. Look how young he is.
Oh, I know, right? I know. He's all trim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still do video packages, but they're a lot more plotting.
Yeah.
They don't do like music video
Not
packages
so much.
anymore.
No, they want to get all the story beats in. Which I guess they know that no one watches Raw or SmackDown, so they got to do that.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, everybody watched Raw and SmackDown.
Kurt looks so infinitely better bald.
Collar and elbow tie-up.
Look at that. Collar and elbow. Oh, good question from Sergio C. here. Was referee Jack Daddy even born at this time?
Was this in 2001?
2001.
Yeah, he has to be. He's older than
my
17.
My oldest stepkid was born 2 years before this, and she's 19.
Jack Daddy's got to be at least in his 30s.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. A lot of heat on Kurt Angle.
I think this is after all the cowboy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was in the thick of the invasion angle.
Mm-hmm.
And Kurt Angle ended up being, at Survivor Series, the guy that's turned on the invasion, on the alliance, rather. That's why McMahon was giving him the WWF title. And then the next night after Invasion, without really any explanation, they just had Stone Cold go back to being a face.
Yeah.
He just ran out, attacked McMahon, attacked Angle.
Yeah.
And people didn't care. They were like, oh, thank God he's back.
Yeah, I know.
Thank God he's back.
I know. Because it was the previous WrestleMania in 2001 where he turned heel.
Yeah.
17, yeah.
According to Meltzer, it was due to some backstage politicking from JR and Stone Cold. But Pritchard seemed to downplay that a little bit. He said everybody just sort of wanted that. Just made sense.
Like, damn, I want to sell some more shirts, then. They don't sell as many shirts as the heel. Want some of that face merch.
Ooh, double middle finger from Stone Cold. It's interesting hearing Pritchard talk about Kurt Angle and his estimation still being green at this point.
Yeah. And I'm happy that Conrad sort of not really called him out, but asked for clarification on it, because when I look at it, I'm like, I don't see it at all.
Yeah, no.
But when Pritchard talked about it, he says, Kurt just seems a little tentative here.
Yeah, I mean, he made it sound like it was mostly little things,
Yeah, exactly. Things that we wouldn't, be able to pick out.
Notice.
Yeah. When the German suplex start, my neck starts hurting.
Yeah.
Because you know how jacked up Austin is
here.
Yeah,
I know.
Pritchard had mentioned both his knees were basically shot. His neck was shot. Makes you wonder how much further Austin could have gone if it wasn't for Owen.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
you got to think his knees would have given out on him regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably.
Well, unless that was sort of just a result of his body, reacting to the neck.
Or
one thing could lead to the other.
It could be because he had changed his style too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're working 300 days a year, wrestling 200 matches a year, it's not good on your body.
I think it'd be,
Things are going to break down regardless.
The burnout would be there.
Kyoto giving Stone Cold a lot of leeway.
He's letting the wrestlers wrestle. Oof. Angle goes over the top rope hard. Austin goes, what?
Dong.
Dong. Dong. This is a pretty great finishing sort of like all three matches are just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. It's kind of neat how they did that rather than have the semifinals and then a break and then the finals.
Yeah. It's just boom, boom, boom. For Jericho, it ends up being a bit of a gauntlet match.
Yeah.
Because, as soon as...
Yeah, it's weird they put him in that position as a heel because that's like a babyface thing.
Yeah.
Because especially Pritchard was talking about how they wanted... And granted, he did have help winning the matches, but book Jericho as kind of like a weak heel champion with the idea that anybody could come down the ring and one-on-one without interference beat him. Mm-hmm. But then you have him in back-to-back matches, so there's a bit of legitimacy about him nonetheless.
Yeah. Oh, man, Patrick Sparks says I got a $400 Christmas bonus.
Nice. Congrats.
Oh. Oof. Big chop there from Austin.
That was a loud chop. Oh,
another big chop.
Some heavy chops from Stone Cold. What?
Punch to the face.
What?
Right now, Austin's chopping the heck out of Kurt Angle's chest against the ropes. He's going to turn Kurt's chest in the
reversal.
Hamburger.
Kurt goes for, rolls through.
Going for an ankle lock.
Goes for the ankle lock. He's got that ankle lock applied. Austin's in the middle of the ring. But Austin don't tap out. He ain't going to tap out.
No, not this early.
Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that, Kurt Angle. Austin's going for the ropes. Oh! Angle pulls him back. Austin getting to the ropes, and he's got it. He got the rope. Kyoto's giving Angle the business. couple of big
potatoes
from Kurt Angle right there.
Oh man!
Oh
be careful,
gosh.
Kurt.
IBWW fan says it'd be easier to do this on Rabbit. That way, you guys won't have to try to sync up all the time. I have heard about Rabbit. I've never looked into it. I will do that though. And if it's a better experience for people, then
Is that a different streaming platform?
I don't know.
Or is it just like a plugin? Okay.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as
All right, we'll have to
mine.
look into that. Jeffrey Nguyen says, do you ever miss benefits and paid time off? I'm self-employed and never had these things. Yeah. Paying for health insurance is really expensive. I just had to apply for that again.
I think the biggest pain for me is the lack of tax withholdings.
Yeah, that's kind of a pain in the
Like
butt,
you have to be disciplined and just understand every month I just take a quarter of whatever we get paid and put it in an account that's detached from my regular account. Mm-hmm. So doing that is kind of a pain. And obviously, yeah, like we're lucky. My wife works, so she has health benefits through the post office. But I can imagine that's a pain in the butt.
And it was always a treat working at a machinima and knowing you get like 2 weeks off for the holidays. That was always fun.
Sure. Of course, we were only doing like 2 episodes a week back then.
Oh, I know.
So working ahead wasn't really that difficult.
That huge of a deal, I know.
These days, like, when we were a daily show.
We have to plan in advance like 3 weeks just to take a couple days off.
Yeah. Rabbit lets people watch that don't own it, and I think 30 people is the max room size.
Oh, okay.
Probably a non-starter for us.
Oh, huge overhead belly to belly.
Overhead
from Kurt
belly
Angle.
to belly.
Oh,
Big chop.
Oh,
Another
my
big
gosh.
chop. Another big. Oh.
some heavy chops.
Oof. Rake of the eyes of a Kurt Angle.
Angle giving Kyoto the business.
The business. Oof.
Patrick
Shots
Sparks
back.
asks, in kayfabe, who is the worst referee?
Who did that one? The last woman standing, was that Kyoto? Did the last woman standing match?
Yeah.
You were really anti.
I just felt
Kyoto
like
at
he
that
wasn't
point.
really implementing the rules.
He wasn't
very well.
consistent.
Oh man.
In kayfabe, I don't know. Like Lil Nate, he sort of inserted himself into the story.
Oh, it's Nick
via
Patrick.
Ric
That's
Flair.
what it is.
Oh, the NWO ref. That's
NWO
right.
ref.
That's right. And the invasion ref. The lead invasion ref. Jeffrey Nguyen wants to know if we ever wonder what the end game was for Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what the deal was with
It
that.
probably changed a couple times.
Oh yeah.
The-
They might not have ever had an end game in place.
Yeah.
That's entirely likely.
They just sort of set things up, see how they go, and then
Go from there.
Did you see the little bit with Jimmy Jacobs did a live stream on Instagram talking about writing in the WWE, and he gave an anecdote about how he was beautiful moonsault,
Gorgeous
missed.
moonsault.
He was supposed to be AJ Styles' lead writer. He's like the guy handling him.
Yeah.
And Vince said, "Well, what's his character? And Jimmy Jacobs said, "Well, he pitched him a couple things. He said, what if we make him sort of, a lone wolf, like nomadic guy who's wrestled all over the world. He's been champion all over the place." And McMahon comes back with, "That's not a character. Those are characteristics. A character is like a zombie princess."
Oh my gosh.
And of course, Jimmy Jacobs then went on to become the zombie princess when he left the WWE.
That's funny.
That was his gimmick.
That's funny. That's not a
Spinebuster.
character. Those are characteristics.
Yeah.
All right, Vince.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was close.
So his idea of a character is a gimmick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I wonder if when people pitch like more down to earth characters to Vince, if they have to,
Oh, high
Like,
German suplex.
yeah, like
From
really
Austin Angle.
up the cheese factor of it,
Yeah,
just to make it
man.
sound like a zombie
Yeah.
princess situation.
Yeah. Like, could you ever pitch a guy to Vince? Like, yeah, he's a no-nonsense workman guy who doesn't like, flair and
And it just that turns into heavy
and
machinery.
pageantry. And that turns into heavy machinery.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of German suplexes.
Oh. Austin goes for the... Oh! Close. 2 count there. Two. Austin has to know, though. Why would he even go for a pin if he doesn't get a stunner off yet?
Low blow.
Oh, man. Kurt Angle. Very sneaky.
Going for the angle.
Goes for the
slam.
angle slam. Oh, and he hits it. He hits it, but he's too exhausted to get the pin immediately. Goes for the pin, 2, and kick out. Kurt Angle pitching a little fit there in the
Yeah.
middle of the ring. Oh, he goes for a stunner. Austin gets the stunner off. Oh, and that's it. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Steve Austin moves on to face the winner of Jericho Rock.
Dun, 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 dun.
Austin's last successful title defense in the
Yep.
WWF. An iconic moment that nobody really knew that was going to be the case. Tim Spulak wants to know, he asked me this question yesterday on Twitter.
Yeah.
Probably asked it of you too. With wrestling, do you like high frame rate?
I don't like high frame rate stuff. Don't need it.
Even in sports?
Yeah, I don't care about it in sports.
Yeah. I like it. I like it even for wrestling. So I sort of equate wrestling
With sports, yeah.
with sports.
I get it with any sort of like fast motion type stuff. but
Yeah. I just want to keep it out of my movies, man.
Yeah. For me, I don't want to mess with settings on my TV depending on what I'm watching.
Oh, see, that's the thing. I don't do that. So I never watch it in high frame rate.
Gotcha.
I just am okay with it.
Gotcha.
For sports. Whenever I go to Target and the high frame rate is on the TV,
Yeah, it's
and
not
there's
as
sports
it's
on.
not as bothersome with sports.
I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I actually kind of dig it.
It's still noticeable and it still bugs me. Yeah, I started watching The Hobbit with the high frame rate, and it was weird.
It's unwatchable.
Yeah.
It looks so fake.
I don't know why. I don't know why that was a thing.
It's so bad.
He did it for the 3D. I think Peter Jackson did though,
Some weird fans back
because it was going to
behind.
make it was less nausea-inducing if it was a higher frame rate. But I don't know, man. This looks weird.
There's Trish getting her makeup on. What the heck? Look at this creep. Test comes in. He's got way too much jewelry. Oh my God, he's got really creep vibes going on. Ew. Oh, he's gross. I like he comes in and just delivers a monologue. Do you think he practiced this?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. This guy is a walking HR nightmare. You need to lock that door, Trish. Anybody can just kick it open, man. Bunch of creeps out there. Here comes The Rock to save us from that awful test sequence.
That was terrible.
That was pretty bad. The Rock says...
The Rock says...
The Rock says, know your darn role.
And close your mouth.
The Rock says, pass me some rolls. I love a good warm roll, Larson.
Yeah, a good warm roll.
Absolutely. Put some butter on it.
Yeah, dip it in gravy.
The Rock says, give me some butter on some rolls.
The Rock says, pass the gravy boat.
The Rock says, double stuffing. It's so weird, Rock with the WCW title.
Oh, I know.
They wasted no time in putting that on a WWF guy.
Oh, none. He throws it to the ref.
Threw it to Hebner.
I mean, he's jacked there, but he's like twice as big now.
Oh, my God. It's unreal now.
He got on that cod diet.
Lots of cod.
He eats tons of cod, like 800 pounds of cod a year.
I mean, the cod and the stuff. This is the best. Look at that. It's all Quantum Leap.
Yeah, it's a wormhole.
Jericho's freaking video package back then was unreal.
Going through a wormhole and
It
they
was
all glowing
great.
and stuff.
I love the GoPro, the early GoPro.
Oh, heck yeah, the lipstick cam.
Yeah. Lipstick cam, yeah.
And instead of Twitter, everybody had their own custom URLs.
What was his? I missed it.
WWFY2J.com. Now let's have a Superstars page.
Yeah. I do remember this being very satisfying for us because we were such big fans of Jericho.
Yeah, we love Jericho.
We were like huge fans of his. And it was always satisfying to see when Vince would acknowledge and recognize guys who came up from WCW as being special.
Yeah.
Same for Guerrero and Benoit at the end of Mania 20 when they were celebrating there in the ring. Corey Shope asked Dream Feud. He says his would be RVD and Seth Rollins.
Oh, that'd be good. Dan Donnelly says Jericho coming through Rawgate.
Early Rawgate
1.0.
technology, yeah. That's where all those 165 performers, 100 of them tried to go through Rawgate 1.0.
Yeah.
Only Jericho emerged. Test went in, a normal guy came through, total creep. Change the brain cells to be creep brain cells. Rawgate beta.
There you go.
100 performers died in the beta test for Rawgate.
Jericho was the first to emerge successfully, and they consider the test done. So not only did he emerge as an actual human still, he's glowing.
He's
Apparently
glowing.
imbued with superpowers.
And Vince loves him. I like the so I think Conrad was reading from Jericho, one of Jericho's autobiographies. Mm-hmm. The story of Jericho after he won the Undisputed Championship. And how he just had a miserable night. Like everybody had basically gone home. And so when he came back through the curtains with both titles, there was no celebration. Nobody was there to say good job. I mean, he walked back with Vince, as you'll see later on.
Yeah.
But
well, then he had to drive to the next town, drive to Anaheim, and he got the hotel late, and so room service was no longer being served, and so he called the pizza. He went down to get the pizza, got locked out of his room, and they wouldn't let him back in.
Yeah, it was just everything was miserable. Mm-hmm. And on the Pritchard show, he sort of verified. He's like, yeah, He said that is a more realistic story than a lot of the stories you hear of people winning championships, going backstage and getting congratulated a lot. It's just another day at work, man.
Yeah.
Being champion, not being champion really doesn't mean much.
Hopefully it just means a little bit more in your paycheck.
Yeah, you would think. So my dream feud, because Corey Shope asked. I've always been like a while ago. It probably would have been Stone Cold CM Punk. But then when you saw them together on camera during that 2K thing, it just felt kind of awkward.
I felt like CM Punk was intimidated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Macho Man.
Macho Man HBK.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wanted it.
Mm-hmm. And Vince says, "You want it? I won't let it happen because you wish it.
Because you wish it." Who's the Spanish announce guy with the
with the jersey on?
The casual jersey on? Yeah. It's not Hugo. Hugo's the other guy.
Yeah.
Hugo Savinovich.
God, what's his name? I can't remember his name offhand.
Somebody asked who would have been top-notch super best in the Attitude Era. I hate to say it, but Test kind of had top-notch.
I was going to say Test.
Test had kind of top-notch vibes.
I was just about to say Test.
He had kind of goofy mouth, too.
Yeah. He was tall.
Tall?
Yeah.
That's a prereq.
It'd been Test.
I could hear him saying no a lot. Kicking down doors while people are getting dressed. That seems like a top-notch thing.
He doesn't really leave his...
Oh, Carlos. Oh, Carlos. That was the guy in the jerseys.
Yeah,
Hugo.
Carlos. What was his last name?
Cabrera?
Yeah.
Yeah, was Test the Attitude Era version of Baron Corbin?
I feel like there's a lot of contenders for that role.
Corbin, I'm going to feel weird saying this, Corbin has a ton more personality than Test ever did. I feel like that sad little segment we just saw was probably the most personality we ever saw from Test. Although I guess his stuff with Stephanie was okay. Although, boy, that really buried him.
Yeah.
That really buried him.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
And then what year did he die? Was it like 2009, something like that?
Something like that. Joe James says Test is like a better version of Cass.
Even Cass showed a bit more personality than that. ...2009. Yeah.
He was pretty young, too, wasn't he? In his 30s?
Probably. He's my sister's age, born in 75. So
34?
He was 34, yeah. Boy, that's young.
That's really young. Oof. Oh, belly to belly from The Rock. Samoan drop from The Rock.
Goes for the pin. Yeah, I do kind of feel like Test overachieved a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Given his limitations. Got a sleeper hold going on right now.
I remember in the Pritchard show they were talking trash about this particular spot.
Yeah. That big obnoxious sledgehammer right there.
Oh, I know. Again, this whole thing's branded for Triple H, but he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. The sledgehammer branding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So according to the Pritchard show, he wasn't. They were expecting him to be cleared in time, and he wasn't.
Nope. So he had to wait till the Rumble to come back.
The implication or the inference, I guess, or I mean, he straight up said it. He made really, really good early strides in his rehabilitation.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that happens sometimes. Somebody will go really hard early to try to get cleared earlier.
But it'll catch up at
And
the
it
tail
catches
end,
up
yeah.
in the tail end, yeah. Is it shocking the finals weren't Austin versus Rock?
Kind of. Pritchard goes into various people lobbying for all four of them.
Yeah, and he also the main reason is because he also said that this was the pay-per-view where Vince brought the agents the idea of the NWO.
Yep.
They had reached out to Hogan, Hall, and Nash, and apparently everybody, literally all the agents, according to Bruce Pritchard, said that
They'd welcome Hogan back, but no one wanted Hall and Nash.
nobody wanted Hall and Nash. At that point, those bridges were pretty severely burned.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
So I guess the priority was getting feuds for The Rock and Stone Cold at Mania involving the NWO.
Yeah.
So that obviously took them out of the equation for winning the Undisputed Championship. And Pritchard said he was lobbying for Kurt Angle, since he was kind of the most legit option of the four.
And he saw the most upside, the most
yeah.
long-term potential.
But in the end, Vince decided on Jericho.
Because nobody would see it coming.
It would elevate a heel, and it would give someone Triple H to beat at WrestleMania for the title.
Yeah, yeah. I loved it, though. I thought it was great. I remember at the time I thought it was awesome. Just because it was like, man, really? Chris Jericho, the guy who had that glass ceiling in WCW because of friggin' Hogan, you know? And now here he is, top guy in the top company.
I know, it was great. Max Zero, if Cody would return to WWE, what do you think the odds are he'd still be an upper mid-card at best? Yeah, probably.
Cody just turned down main event money. So they would have had him. They would have had all those guys as the A story. Like,
oh, yeah. Oh, I know.
Without a doubt.
But in the end, he probably would have settled back down to the upper mid-card. It would have been a hot push at first, and then they weren't going to put the Universal title or WWE title on him.
No. I'm trying to think of a parallel, like, what level. Oh, okay, I'll put it this way. If Cody came in, I could see his path being around the same as Nakamura's.
Yeah.
Probably that.
Yeah.
You know? Which isn't bad.
No, that's not terrible. That's upper mid-card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, huge cross body from Jericho.
Roll through from Rock.
Over. Kicks out a 2.
Just a 2.
2.
I find it hard. I don't think it'd be Brock Lesnar money.
No.
I think it's Seth Rollins money.
Yeah. Dean Ambrose money.
Which, yeah, probably
$2 million.
$2 million a year, yeah. Oof. That was a nasty chop.
Mm-hmm.
Into the other corner. Rock evades. Oh, man.
Heck of a sell by Jericho.
Jericho goes flying out the ring.
Alex C says, hey, friendo, show the screen, please. I expect better of you, Alex C. I expect much better of you.
By the way, the next time we do a live stream,
it'll be Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom. I was going to say we might have the Slow Wolfpack all over money in time to get the new backdrop, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Where would Cody go, Raw or SmackDown? And who would he feud with first? They'd all go to Raw.
They would all go to Raw.
Dong. And
but I do kind of wonder who they'd be feuding with.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think who on Raw. Well, Kenny Seth, probably.
Kenny Seth, I think, would be a certainty. I mean, I would think, dude, if it would have been Cody Triple H. Mm-hmm. That had to. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what the Triple H might have had a proxy because of his
injury
pec,
now, yeah.
his injury.
And then I guess the Young Bucks revival.
Well, that's the thing. They would have to bring a tag team over from SmackDown.
Yeah.
They would have to shake things up.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Rock bottom on the... Is he going to get it off? Nope. Rock is fighting him off. Oh, DDT through the table. Boy, that is a sturdy-looking table. Alex C. says, so my network has expired and I don't plan to renew since the Rumble, or till the Rumble, I guess. So I'm literally just watching two dads on laptops on the beach.
Yeah, it's not too bad, huh? Jonathan says Roman and the Usos versus Kenny and the Young Bucks. Well, it'll probably have to be. It's not gonna be Roman now, though. But that would have been good.
They probably have to bring the New Day over to Raw.
Yeah, I know.
New Day versus the Bucks. Or, I mean, I don't know about now, but they could have gone, I guess, Seth and Dean versus the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them back together.
Yeah, they can't do that now.
Since they think they thought at one point people wanted to see the Shield.
Yeah, I know.
Sergio C says, why not get a green backdrop and use green screen to switch up the backdrop image every stream?
It's too much work.
It is. It's and I don't like that look.
Yeah, I don't either.
It just looks too manufactured, man.
Yeah,
I like
it does.
this.
This doesn't look manufactured at all.
No, it doesn't.
We're actually at the beach.
It looks like the backdrop of a beach.
Yeah, it's very convincing.
Well, it's convincing in that it looks like a backdrop of the beach.
We're not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes.
We're not saying we're at the beach.
No.
We're saying we're in front of a backdrop that is the beach.
Alex D raises a good point. You need a nebula background. What's the nebula in Wrath of Khan? The Mutaro or something like that? That's what we need. What about
Antares?
Yes, ends with an O.
Mutaro?
Mutaro or something like that.
Wrath of Khan. Nebula.
No, eyes, Alex C.
Mutara.
The
Mutara Nebula. Admiral. Show the pay-per-view on a green screen. That's not a bad idea.
There you go. We'll do like the mirror image. They'll never catch that.
Yeah. My favorite thing though is those dudes on Twitch who act like they're playing the UFC the video game.
Was great.
But they're really streaming UFC the pay-per-view.
Oh, that was genius.
That was magnifique right there, man.
Uh-oh. Jericho going for a rock bottom.
Uh-oh. Hubris. Look at that. Jericho's going to go. Oh, man. He did the Stugats. Fugazi. Jericho does the laziest people's elbow attempt. Uh-oh. Rock's terrible sharpshooter. Jericho rolls through. Gets his own sharpshooter on. Middle of the ring. Let's see if Rock can get to the ropes.
Spoiler alert, probably.
Tap out Rock.
Oh, the crowd firmly behind the Rock. Nikki says, put teasers for Crisley Knows Best on the green screen.
Perfect. I would say this. If we could sell advertisement space on a green screen.
Totally. Then
I
I'd do
would
it.
totally do that. Big old thing of McDonald's fries behind
Heck
us.
yeah.
I'd do that.
Box of Cheez-Its.
No, not that. They are only our sponsor for non-news.
But they're not really a sponsor.
But they're not really a sponsor. Oh, there you go. Rock could have got that rope like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. But he's really milking
close
it.
enough.
Really milking it. That's storytelling, though, right there.
Uh-oh. Roll up. Ooh.
Oof.
Super close. Uh-oh. Rock bottom. Hits the rock bottom. But Rock is too exhausted to make the pin. Uh-oh. Here comes Vince. Hopefully he doesn't blow out his quads.
I know.
What is he doing? The weird
I
hand
don't know.
movement
He's
for?
doing hand dance.
Hebner's saying, get out of here. Enough with that. Get out of here, Vince. What's he even doing? Uh-oh, Rock comes to. Moves Hebner. Punches Vince. Vince throws himself off the apron in ridiculous fashion. Jericho hits. Oh, no.
Spine buster.
Rock hits spine buster. He's going for the people's elbow. Probably the stupidest big move in wrestling.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh. Rock brings Vince in. Hits the elbow on Jericho. Oh, it punches. Big punches for Vince in the corner. Low blow. Jericho hits a low blow as Hebner checks on the boss. Rock bottom. Goes for the pin. Hebner sees 1, 2. Oh my, those are so slow.
I know. That's a slow count.
Jericho gets all 3, though. Could have been 4. Jericho finally wins the WCW championship.
I know. Finally.
Finally.
In WWF.
In WWF. Again, everything is cooler in WWF. That look on Jericho's face, that was perfect. They held once the glass broke. Here comes Austin.
Shoot a work limp right there.
Still, oh, that's real. That's probably how he walks in real life.
Or did then, at least.
That's good, though. I think that's a sell job. I think it's a great sell job from
Yeah.
Austin. But yeah, no, you're right. It's kind of a baby face thing for Jericho. Now he
Yeah,
has
a
to
little
last
bit.
through Austin. It's kind of crazy, though. Jericho was so good as a heel. People really hated him here.
Yeah, I
and it
know.
was just a year. It was a little, like, probably 2 years earlier, 99, I think.
Yeah, it was 99. It was August 99 they debuted.
Well, no, I'm talking about when,
Oh.
maybe it was 2000, I guess, when he won that title from Triple H, and then Triple H bullied Hebner into reversing the call. And he was super over then.
Yeah.
Like, people popped big for that. Look at this overbooked nonsense
Oh,
right
I know.
here. It's great. Angle has the chair.
Rock's still hanging around.
Rock's
ringside.
hanging around. Oh, Rock gets in. Rock bottom to Jericho. A receipt. Then he sees Angle. Rock gets pissed at Angle. He starts chasing him. He's so cartoonish.
The exploding undisputed champion.
What is that? That's great.
Match starts with a standing 10 count.
Alex C makes a good point. The thing about this era is that literally no one could ever lose clean.
I know.
That's totally true.
Triple H chant.
Everybody expected the game, man.
I mean, it was all branded around Triple H.
I guess the original poster was probably like in advance. Was it Triple H?
Mm-hmm.
I guess so, huh? Apparently, so did you notice during the Pritchard show, Conrad mentioned a Triple H video package, the Beautiful Day one.
Yeah, it didn't run on this.
It didn't run in this. I wonder if he watched like a DVD or something.
Maybe they didn't want to keep paying U2 licensing fees for using that song.
Oh, that's a good point. It definitely would have been on the VHS copy.
Yeah. So we got to track that down.
I don't know about the DVD. That was a really good video package, though.
I wonder if it's somewhere on YouTube.
I think he said it is.
Oh, okay. He probably said, go check the Google machine.
I know. It's hard to try to do Conrad's voice
And
not
sound like
be
JR.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just go Google. It's like JR and Crisley combined. You get Conrad.
Spear from Stone Cold.
Just get on Google, Todd. Connor has a great droll.
Yeah, he does.
Austin bringing the heat. Alex C. says, what modern equivalent of Beautiful Day should play on Kevin Owens' return package? Double middle fingers. Goes for the stunner. Didn't get it. Oh, gosh.
What's is there like a newish rock band that's known for writing anthems?
It'd be Coldplay.
Oh, yeah.
They're sort of at that when
yeah, they are. That's a good point.
U2 2001 is Coldplay now.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. They seem to have like settled into kind of almost adult contemporary though. Coldplay has.
They did that fairly quickly.
Yeah, no. Pretty much on their third album.
Yeah.
Their second album wasn't bad.
I like their first two. Their first two albums are good.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem admitting that. The Scientist is a hell of a song.
Yeah. All right. Take Coldplay out of the equation. They don't rock enough. I really don't follow like music as well as I did.
No, I think Beautiful Day it's an adult contemporary.
I know, but it's got some distorted guitars in there, and Coldplay just really doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah. Dong. Oh, that's a good point.
What?
Alex C. has it. Imagine Dragons.
Oh, that's it.
That's what it would be.
100% it.
It'd be Imagine Dragons.
Dong.
Jericho into the ring post.
Thunder. Hear the thunder. Do that one.
I am not a fan.
Yeah, I'm
really not a fan.
Don't really care for him.
Seemingly every Imagine Dragons song is suited perfectly for a middle school graduation photo montage.
Yeah.
Because that's what played at I think it was Devon's middle school graduation, and I'm like, oh my god! But it's like any Imagine Dragons song is perfect.
Well,
for
they all
that.
kind of sound the same too.
Yeah. Jeffrey Nguyen says Shania Twain for a Kevin Owens package. No, Elton John.
Elton John.
Should be Elton John.
There you go. Saturday. Saturday night's all right for fighting with that one.
Let's see here. Keith Roberts says, in my opinion, Rock took over #1 status from Austin by SummerSlam 99. Just prior to Austin getting hurt, Austin said he felt it, and that's why he wanted to turn heel. That
could be.
That could be. I could kind of feel that. But boy, oh boy, Austin owned wrestling in 98.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Really took it to a new level. Alex C. makes the point, I'm pretty sure at this point, Imagine Dragons and AWOL Nation just write songs for Call of Duty ads.
Yeah, it could be.
That sounds about right.
There's a spot right there where Austin just kind of suplexed Jericho on the concrete floor, and no one really noticed it.
Austin whips Jericho into the corner.
Dong! Ring post spot.
Austin hits the ring post.
Pretty common occurrence these days, but not so common back then.
Yeah, everybody does that now, huh?
Yeah, no. Dong
again. Oof.
Oh,
big
huge
chop. Big chop.
Huge chop.
Another big chop.
Huge chop. Forearm.
Oh, Jericho wanted a drop kick. Austin held onto the ropes. Slingshot. Here it comes. That and the unpretty are my two least favorite moves. I hate the slingshot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either.
It makes zero sense. Jericho kicks out at 2.
Fujiwara armbar from Jericho.
Do you think they're going to try to get a... You think Kevin Owens is going to get a face pop when he comes back?
I hope so. I hope they book him as a tweener when he comes back. They were kind of heading that direction.
They've never
explored that.
Never done that. Mm-mm. Absolutely bizarre. He's so... Boy, he could be so big.
Earl, pay attention.
That dude is not... He is not thinking about this at all. Earl is the grumpy old man who is not afraid to get handsy.
I know.
That dude gets so handsy during all these matches. Oof. Knee from Jericho. Suplex. Oh, Naito, you stupid son of a bitch. Jericho up top.
Oh, going for double axe handle. Misses.
Austin gets a punch to the gut in.
Oh,
big chop.
Huge chop.
Big chop.
Huge chop.
Third chop.
Massive chop.
4 chops. A 5th chop.
Gigantic chop. Oh, Jericho. Oh.
Trying to get the line tamer. Walls of Jericho, sorry.
Well, that's the line tamer.
He's got it.
The line tamer is when he put his knee by the person's head and has a really sharp angle.
He's got it.
Crab.
Alex C. says about Earl Hebner. He's just thinking about how many t-shirts he's going to sell out of his car after
this car.
What do you say, Austin?
I got the rope, you dumb son of a bitch. Stop selling my shirts out of your car. Selling shirts out of your back seat? What? Trunk? What? Front seat? What? Hood? What?
Oh. Whoa, ref bump. Ref bump. Man, Earl flying out of that ring. Holds his back immediately. Big punch. Big punch from Austin. Off the ropes. Back elbow. Crowd asking for Triple H again. Low blow again. Jericho with these low blows. Oh, terrible looking stunner. Just an ugly stunner. Ooh, Alex C's dad made some paella.
Ooh,
paella.
That sounds delicious.
For dinner. Uh-oh. Vince is calling out, I guess, another ref. Come on. Yeah, come on. Oh. Nick Patrick. No, it's dirty Nick Patrick. He comes in. He's trying to get Jericho to pin Austin because he's still a dirty ref. The NWO blood never left his body. Oh, Flair lays out Nick Patrick. Fire me, you can't fire me. McMahon, Ric Flair takes a bump. McMahon tosses him into the corner. Dong! Oh, low blow from Austin. Uh-oh, look at Austin. Look at it. What are you doing, you son of a bitch? Look at that. Austin sees McMahon, immediately gets heated. Stomps. This is such an overbooked
Oh, it totally is.
How do they even write this? It's so overdone.
I don't know. You need like a whiteboard for all this.
Yeah. Branches.
Oh, Luthez
press. Fast hands.
The My Press.
Oof. Big boot. Uh-oh. Austin's going for the...
Oh, that was
a
line tamer for a second.
tamer. Jericho, he hasn't even sunk in and he's tapping out.
There you go. That's more like the lion tamer there.
So Wrestle Kingdom is the night of January 3rd for us.
Yeah.
Dong! Booker T comes in, annihilates Austin with that title. Of course, that feud leads to
all sorts of
their
greatness.
grocery shopping match.
That was awesome.
Booker T runs away. He sprints. He sprints away. He's out of there, man. He's out of there. McMahon grabs Hebner by the ass, shoves him in. Jericho slowly comes to. Gets the pin on Austin. Hebner 1, 2, 3. Jericho is your new and first
undisputed champion.
I'm the undisputed champion. And of course, the whole time Vince was saying, "He who laughs last,
loudest."
So of course, what does he direct TV to do? Keep on cutting back to me
laughing.
Vince McMahon laughing in a cartoonish manner.
That's storytelling, man. That's Shakespearean right there.
Yeah, but I feel like they need to focus a bit more on Jericho
Yeah,
on
no,
those
that's
titles.
kind of the event. Well, you can see him on the Tron up there.
It's a historic moment. It gets worse coming up here, though. Look at that. Look at that. He's such a bad actor.
Oh, he is.
Who's worse, him or Shatner?
Vince.
Who's more overdone, Vince or Shatner?
Vince.
Vince, that's saying something too, man. Look at that. That's so terrible. Look at that. Jericho with both titles. That's fantastic.
That's great. What a sight. Okada dollars? No, confetti.
Yeah, man.
And some
How old
pyro,
was
too.
Okada back then? 15?
Well, he's like at 30 now. So he would have been 13.
Hasn't he been 30 for like a while now?
Or he's 30 or 31.
Yeah, 13. How many people in that arena were look at Austin. Look at Austin's face. He really does have the best face.
Oh, heck yeah.
And
Oh,
then we're
hell
out.
yeah.
Then we're out. All right.
All right, thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank
We're
you
going
for
to go
joining
live
us.
with our Going In Rawview here in a few minutes.
Give us about 15 minutes. We got to set up
Yeah, let's say 12:30
our stuff again. 12:30 sound. Oh, 12:30?
or 12:20. 12:20. We're back at 12:20.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, hopefully you guys will join us for our live Going In Rawview. We'll see you guys then. We'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.